Welcome back to 1010's podcast. Michael and Adam and Robbie.
In the King of Motorsports Studio.
In the King of Motorsports Studio, and we're back. Woo! Excited. Everybody, we didn't get our bones jumped too bad about it, did we? For being
Dude,
I sent out the refunds.
Dude, even my dad texted me. He's like, what, no show this week? And I was like, dude, you know what's going on right now? And he's like, that doesn't seem like a good excuse to me. And I was like, you know what? Your free podcast.
You get down here.
No, I was like, your free podcast refund checks in the mail just like the rest of them. And he never answered me.
It's been busy.
It was
man.
a scheduled. No, that was a scheduled spring break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we planned it ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
We've been
Yeah.
talking about this for like a month.
Months, man.
Spring break's coming up. We're gonna take a little break.
It's so springy outside.
But see now, because we didn't actually take the break on spring break, people have an episode for spring break if they're traveling.
That's nice.
See that we planned that whole thing, but we got a break. It worked out perfectly.
I don't know how many of our demographic gets to do a spring break thing. I feel like we're in that age category where they're too old to be in school and do spring break things, but not old enough to take time off to do spring break things.
This reminds me. I was in a meeting
You know what I mean?
yesterday, and somebody was like, "Where's everybody going for spring break?" And I was like, "How old are you? Like what?"
No one's going to spring break.
Dude, there's a ton of my 45 and up coworkers that are taking spring break and going places with their children.
Apparently, that's a thing.
That's a thing. I've heard
My
that.
family didn't do that.
We never did that.
Mostly because there was no racing this time of year. It's too early yet.
No, we did vacations in the summer.
I
We
don't
went to racetracks.
think we ever
boring.
did spring break. I don't think so.
I went to Florida once to visit my brother, but we went to the bars one night.
Me and 5 of my friends went to Florida for spring break. Not a drop of alcohol was consumed between the 5 of us the entire 4 days we were there. All of our stuff got stolen on the beach, and then we got it all back, and we visited the most touristy things we could possibly go to, like Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
Yep.
It was the best.
I paid $30 to get into Club Bed. I had 2 drinks for a grand total of, I think, another $30.
Yeah, probably.
And then I said, this is stupid. And that was the last time I went to a Miami bar.
Yeah.
I never did college spring break for sure.
No.
But I was trying to think back more innocently than where your mind went, Robbie, to grade school. You know,
Well, forget about those years.
you have forgotten about
Yeah,
them.
man, those are sad times.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
No, the
20.
Robbie, that was still
That's
the
your
peak.
peak. That's peak Robbie.
That was peak Robbie. That was back when
Oh,
you were
you're
Robbie.
counting high school? Yeah.
No, before that.
No, there's no other sad times. I was too young
You peaked
to do
in high
anything.
school?
Yeah.
I
for
would never
sure.
claim that.
That's
I would
too
never.
bad.
I would
That's
never
really
fully
a bum
admit
deal.
to that.
I'm glad you're not having children in that case,
Yeah, for sure.
because then you'd be the little league dad, and nobody likes that
Ooh.
guy.
I didn't even do Little League.
I don't think Robbie would be Little League dad. Do you?
No, I do, but I think it would be with carts or something.
I could do that.
No, he'd get into basketball or something.
I like basketball.
That'd be something weird. Maybe it would be Little
Something
League dad.
weird. Who cares about basketball, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Nobody gives a shit about basketball. Not a single human being.
That's why there's.
I
all
said
the-
You're gonna get
I said
roasted
I said
this
in
week.
March.
Yeah. This
I didn't even think about that.
This is
I've
coming
been-
out the day after all of the tournaments starts.
I've been hiding, hoping that nobody brings up March Madness brackets in my office.
That's
I'm just
not-
gonna avoid everybody. I don't want to buy into your stupid Ponzi scheme, whatever the fuck this is. I don't want any part of this.
You have just as good a chance of winning as the next guy.
It just randomly pick.
Didn't you pick mine last year,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe even the year before?
Yeah, and that too.
I don't want to do it though, because
I'm
then
excited.
people want to talk to you about it. And guess what? I don't want to talk to you about the basketball.
Oh,
You should just bring up something that they couldn't care less about.
You know what? That's a good point.
just
From now on,
start talking to them about the latest
when we're
Formula Drift news
Yes.
or something.
When we're gonna start a meeting, we have all these meetings in the morning usually. I
Yeah,
should
yeah,
just throw something out there.
God, did you see Ryan Turek's new livery?
Yeah, did you see that for
Fucking dank, bro.
2019? It's pretty sick. Him and Chris Forsberg
The race service.
teaming up on that race service, working out pretty well for him. I just want to see their face. I was like, what the fuck? Somebody said something to me the other day, like, "Did you see that so and so got drafted by whatever?" And I was like, yeah, I fucking was watching that shit all day. It was crazy.
I would have knew.
Couldn't believe it.
That's crazy, right? My phone's ringing. I'll be back. I really didn't know what to say to him. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you not know me? I've worked here for 3 years.
Yeah,
why would you
I'm with you
why
on
would you
that.
put me in this situation where I have to pretend like I know what you're talking about? I think he realized he made a mistake after he said it. And so we were just kind of both like,
Yeah, that is crazy, man.
that's wild. That shit, man. Those
have you tried
the Bulls,
DMT?
right, man? Have you ever tried DMT? Damn it.
Oh, that would have been the best.
That's crazy, man. I never tried DMT. I should try that on people too.
That would be
Not
good.
saying I have. I was just wondering.
Have you
Just have you tried?
gone to
DMT?
that other dimension
It's-
and
yeah.
seen the aliens, right?
We did talk about Joe Rogan the other day at work. I was like, probably a little too deep into Joe Rogan to like really be dropping knowledge
You
on
can't
these nerds.
talk. You can't talk about Joe Rogan like deeply with people until you know they're in deep as well.
Right. No, I made an Alex Jones joke and I laughed and nobody else laughed.
They're
like, who?
I got
Never
coworkers
mind.
that listened to the whole episode and they were telling me all about. I was like, I can't do it yet.
I didn't even listen
I'm
to
about
that.
2 hours into it. I can't. Eddie Bravo just showed up where I'm at in it now,
Ooh, it gets crazy apparently.
and
The other Bravo bat signal went up and he came flying in.
dude,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
crazy,
if I'm
man.
up for it. I don't know. I got burned out on him a little bit.
Alex Jones was like volunteering to pay for an expedition to send Eddie Bravo. He's like, I've got the money. Money's not the problem. He was going to send him to South America. Like, find me the ice walls, bro. They're not there.
Oh,
Like,
so
I'll pay for the
Alex
boat.
Jones is full round Earth.
Yeah, he's a full round Earth. Space is real. We've been to the moon guy.
Oh, that's right. He knows about the interdimensional vampires. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the
absolutely,
Earth would have to be a sphere for that to be a thing.
probably, yeah.
If anybody's curious, I know we're not talking about cars or we talk about this shit too much, but you should watch the Flat Earth documentary on Netflix. That is solid. That shit is awesome.
Is it? I haven't
It's
watched
so
it.
good. It's so good because they disprove themselves over and over again. And there's literally a scene where the guy's standing there and it's at the end of the movie and they've been working on this project the whole time and he completely disproves the fact that the Earth is flat and he's sitting there going, huh.
That was unfortunate.
And then it cuts to the credits and it's fucking hilarious. It's the best.
No, there's a point where Alex Jones is like, I know pilots who, like they fly from here to here to here. Like, there's no way it cannot be round.
Yeah,
and,
behind the curve, that's it.
and Eddie Bravo's like, dude, pick 2 points on a pizza. I can get there.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
Between the two of them, that's crazy. There's no reason for those two to be in the same room together.
That was genius on Joe Rogan's part because we're talking about it still and I haven't
Yeah.
even listened to it.
Alex Jones wears a NASA t-shirt, and Eddie Bravo's like, to him, NASA is the
It's the government conspiracy.
yeah.
It
And
is the
so
ultimate.
like he comes in there and he's like threatening to choke him out. And,
That's a real threat from
and
Eddie
Alex
Bravo.
Jones is like, do it, bro. I love it. Like and he like goes off on this tirade about how he like they used to choke each other out in high school and all the cheerleaders were into it. It got real weird for a
Whoa!
minute.
Who's choking who out?
I don't know, man.
I think that's
But,
the problem
like,
with Alex
he
Jones.
was
You don't know.
it's a
Alex
fetish
Jones
thing.
was like way too into being choked out by Eddie Bravo. For sure.
It's a sexual thing. It's fine.
Yeah, I
Maybe
guess
I
you
gotta
know,
do it.
if you're
I'm just
into it.
gotta
You just
plunge
have
into
to
it.
go bit by bit.
Maybe
Like,
I'll hold off until like
You
I
can't
drive to St. Louis.
You can't marathon it.
I think I have to.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think.
I can't start and stop. I have to do.
Oh no, dude.
I think your brain might turn to mush if you listen to 5 hours of Eddie Bravo and
That's what
Alex Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
That would be.
What are you going to St. Louis? What are you going to St. Louis for?
We'll talk about it later on the show.
Oh, this deal. Ah, that's the
Yeah.
topic. Ooh, that's a segue, but this is also a segue. Speaking of
Traveling and
no,
Oh.
speaking of choking people out, Booney, right?
yeah.
Booney,
Jesus Christ. Okay.
martial arts,
Yeah.
right? That's
BJJ,
a tie-in.
yeah,
BJJ is a
absolutely.
tie-in to Booney. So let's do the opener.
Okay.
Presented by Factor Fabrication. That was a seamless transition. Continue.
Professional.
Yeah, but you fucked it all up by talking about it.
Yeah, but now people like, people that high up, like the people at GM that haven't called us yet about their design department, they'll
Yeah.
be listening, and be like, these
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are the pro
They know
level.
what they're doing.
These guys are
Segways.
legit.
Yeah.
Not the little like cart things you're
No,
riding.
no, no.
Not that.
People
which,
die on those.
Which I'm all about. Yeah, the guy who invented.
I
it.
want to
I don't
try
think
one.
that's true.
No, it is.
It's true.
The guy.
Snopes.
The
We're
guy.
going to Snopes.
No, it's for real, dude.
Speaking of Joe Rogan, we're going to
the
Snopes.
guy. Yeah. Eddie or Alex Jones goes off on Snopes too. It's pretty funny. But dude, the guy who invented this Segway fell off a cliff on a Segway.
Not the owner though.
No, the guy who invented it.
Okay. So I could have swore I saw an article the other day that said the owner of Segway or whatever just started this new venture.
No,
Like,
it was back.
didn't
It
he
was
die?
back when you and I used to skate all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And like a week after that happened, the police in Ames bought Segways, and they were trying to learn how to go down hills on them at the skate park. And I really wanted to go over and be like, "So, did you hear about the guy that got killed on one of these just last week?"
Yeah, like not too
He
long
invented it. He should have known better.
Right.
He is correct. This isn't Snopes, but there's several articles about it.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
He was like, he was on one of the off-road ones on like some hiking trail in
Fell down.
say
a cliff.
Colorado or something like that, and was by a waterfall and went to lean over and look down, and the thing went.
Man, he should have known that. That's rule number 1.
He invented the technology.
Yeah, it's a bad day. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
it's
It's sad.
not, it's nothing to joke about, but the irony is,
It's not
It's a
lost.
little
on us.
thick.
It's
a
there.
little thick. I want to try one of those.
I do too.
kinda-
I almost bought one. The only reason I don't own a Segway
No, he's not joking.
I
is
know.
because it didn't fit in
talked
my
about
Audi.
He bought an Audi TT
I want
and is
people
going to buy a
hold
Segway
on,
like in the same week.
Hold on a second. If people have say that,
So there's
that
a-
I've changed, right? I'm uppity. I'm a piece of shit. Go back 30 seconds and listen to that again. When Adam said the only reason I didn't buy a Segway is because it didn't fit in my TT, and I want you to let that sink into your brain. The douche capacity of that statement is massive.
No, so that was when
Yep.
I was working on the pipeline, and I was down in Texas, and in Grapevine, there's in the Dallas area, there's a mall, and they had a Segway store in there at the time, and they had used Segways that you could buy, and the pricing was too good to pass up for me. I've always wanted one. I think they're rad.
Well, how much was a
Still
used
like
Segway?
$5,000.
I don't remember.
No. Surely not.
No, they're not that
Like
many.
$3,000.
They're not that many. But they had a Ferrari edition there that was too many monies, and the only thing that's different about it from a normal one is that it's red with prancing ponies on it. It's not like faster or
No,
anything
it's-
like you
it's
know.
just-
It's officially licensed by Ferrari. It was many monies.
Starts. Wait a second.
They're expensive.
Lots of different answers. Let's say $6,000 for a new one.
I think that they were like half that for a used one, and like literally, it just didn't fit in my TT with the stereo and other, because I was literally living out of that car at that point, so it just didn't fit in there. Or else I would own one right now, and I would take it to Grid Life, and it would be the best.
That's not the word I would use.
Hold up. Segway on eBay. $600. Like something's wrong with this, surely.
Well, now
yeah,
that
it's for parts only now.
Segway makes the ones that don't have handles now too,
Oh, maybe this isn't the one. No, this one's got a
like
handle.
the whatever they call those.
You have to go to Columbus to get
scooter
it.
things.
Yeah, apparently, a friend of Josh Fettis is I've only like met him once or twice. He's super into the thing. Like he's got one,
Yeah,
and
those-
apparently, when you buy it, it's real slow, and you have to ride on it for so long. And as you ride on it and prove to it that you can handle it, it will ramp up in speed capabilities
That's funny.
over time, just to prove that you're not a
Maroon.
that you can't. It doesn't just like come out of the gate doing whatever 12 mile an hour or whatever it is. I know it's blistering fast.
They're silly.
Is that thunder?
Yeah, we're supposed to be
Yeah,
getting storms
probably.
tonight.
We're living in a wild place.
Flooding.
Anywho, that
still
wasn't
like
your
8
opener.
foot of
Let's-
snow on my-
Actually, it was related to your opener.
It kind of is.
Fuck, man. Professional. Continue.
So here, if we ever get to it, we're going to talk about what we're planning on doing this year as a group with our racing related endeavors.
Yes.
And a number
Oh, God, the 911 fell down.
a number of those are going to probably involve some level of camping. And one of the things that we have always struggled with, as beyond the fact that all tents suck, is how.
No, I got a solution for that.
No, well, I don't think there is a solution.
No,
I'm just-
I got a solution for that. Robbie's pulling it up now.
Yeah, well,
We'll get there.
Okay.
I want him to go.
is the other big hurdle that we've had is feeding ourselves,
That was a hurdle?
because
Well, reasonably, like with
right. So I
food that you want to eat.
right. So when without spending an arm and a leg on
Yeah.
paella all weekend at festival.
Worth it.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying it's not delicious.
Doesn't bother
food.
me, Adam Jabay. I always pay for the food that's there because the food that's there is wonderful, and I support my friends who
He
have
doesn't
good car
probably
events.
pay for it anyway. So I don't.
He doesn't pay for it. That was
Yeah.
literally, that's like Adam Jabay's rider, which is the worst rider of all time, by the way. Adam Jabay is literally Adam Jabay doesn't pay for food. That's it.
That's probably. I feel like either the first or second year we went there, he told me just tell them you're Adam Jabay and they'll give you food.
Of course, now the secret's out.
don't do that.
We fucked up his whole
We'll
story.
never
It's
get
so
invited
funny.
back,
It's so
dude.
funny.
We'll never get invited back.
Revenge,
We're
right?
gonna get the shittiest message from him around Tuesday.
But
You will.
that's fine. I'll bring it on. I'm not afraid of him. But so I know that we have a number of you guys who are more outdoorsy than we have been in the past. So I want to know, I have a couple of questions about trying to not only make food in the wild outdoors, but also keep it.
You make it sound like we're in the backcountry. We're in a parking
It's
lot.
it's as close as I want to get, man. Gingerman's kind of, I mean, racetracks are not exactly.
Well, when we go to Gingerman, we could pretend we're in the woods because we go in that little,
wild
little
place,
area
dude.
that has trees.
Yeah, it's a wild, wild
nice.
place out there.
It's nice back in there.
It's crazy. There's a lake and everything.
All right. Anyway, your point was.
So my big thing is food storage. So I really want a cooler that doesn't suck. And I know everyone's like, "Oh, Yetis.
Get a Yeti.
Get a Yeti," but like Yetis are literally half of my house. Like I'd have to remortgage my house to buy a Yeti.
We could just buy all the food that we need there.
Right, exactly.
Instead of buying the Yeti.
So there's got to be something out there, a product that is equivalently as good but doesn't have that name brand ridiculousness that I can like fathom spending that kind of money on. There has to be.
I think that there is.
There's got to be
there's
that
a-
company out there.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, what's that knockoff?
But like
Yeah, I'm working on
you
that.
can't just like go to the internet and be like, "Oh, our product is as good as a Yeti, but half the price." Yeah, everyone's going to say that. So I want some real world results from you people.
Arctic, spelled RTIC.
Okay?
I think literally what you just said, half the price, but they've been compared side by side to Yetis.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Yeti.
I think
have
they
one
make
of
a
their
great product.
I have one of their tumblers, and I think it's made in China. So just there are things like, oh, Texas company, blah blah blah. Well, they're probably all that.
Yeah,
I don't want to make any
the headquarters.
The Yetis-
overly lofty claims, but let me put it
Yetis
this
are-
way: I've seen scenarios where all that stuff gets built in the same place.
The Yeti is from the Himalayas. Everybody knows that.
Is it?
The Yeti.
Well, they say it's the
The
Yeti.
abominable
Yeah,
snowman.
the Yeti.
yeah, it's from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the cartoon. But yes, I'm with you.
Yes.
So, but my point is, just do your research. I think was my point.
Thunder Boomers.
Don't get too caught up in the Yeti
Yeah, no.
brand name.
So I know that because almost every time you have something that is held to a higher level like that as a brand, there's somebody out there who's the knockoff that's just as good but half the price.
And you're looking for that?
Yeah, I
I
want to
think
know,
we should get an Arctic cooler.
and because I would really like one that could keep our food safe.
Yes,
from
that
the
is a
heat.
legitimate.
You know, because like
Concern.
when you're out camping, you want to grill or whatever, and your meat's gonna spoil long before you get to it at that point. And I don't want to have to like go to Walmart every time I want to eat and buy the things and then take it back and make them.
And we don't want to buy ice constantly.
That's the other thing I
It's
don't
kind
want
of
to
a
do.
bitch.
Right.
It was annoying.
Yeah. And so there's got to be a way. And then the other thing that I want to know from you guys is portable camping solutions. The little like stove or little tabletop Coleman grills. They're okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind them. But there's probably something that's better.
I'm looking at one right now on Amazon. They're $44.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
It worked.
Yeah, it's
that one that we borrowed from
used-
Thomas
I'll
worked.
say I used one of those for like a year and a half when I was living in the townhouse. That's all, and like for my grill, that's all I
For your
used.
Do you
grill?
have one?
No,
Because we lost Thomas's, or not lost it.
It
but
wasn't.
Thomas has
No,
it.
it wasn't mine.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to
borrowing it.
like procure these things on our own.
That's
Be
that sucks.
adults and owning things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have
So
a
I
tent
want-
now.
You know, right, and it's already leaked on us.
It's not completely true.
We know that there's a hole in it. There's a hole in the closet.
There's a hole in the closet.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. But that solution worked.
Yeah, the tarps on top, and I
Right.
have the tarps.
And
still.
Robbie and I,
That's the best picture. I mean, literally, like rewind that 150 years, and that is that frontiersman, great,
so miserable,
great
but they're
Uncle
trying
Robert,
to look
right?
like they're having a good time.
We're at Grid Life having the time of our lives.
That picture will be handed down to
So
to
solemn.
your like fourth generation removed
I couldn't remember where
grandchildren.
it was. 'Cause I know I have like 6 copies of it somewhere, like on different things, but I couldn't figure out where I saved it. So
That's hilarious.
We also doused that in that.
that stuff.
I don't
didn't
think
do
that
a
worked
damn
other
thing.
than getting shit all over Matt's windshield. That's all that did.
Forgot about that. Sorry, Matt. I mean, I'm not, but it happened.
We tried it. It didn't work out great.
It wasn't expensive, so it's fine.
So yeah,
It was like $20 worth of that stuff, I think.
Was it really that much?
I think so. It just totally didn't work.
I did nothing.
That's all right. Oh well.
no, I think it probably would do more for like a dewy morning.
Yeah, probably.
I think it would work great for a raincoat. Do you want it to reseal?
It's no such thing as a good raincoat either.
Oh, here we go.
Sure there is.
Fine, bring it on. Show me.
Okay, so Adam's looking for recommendations
Yeah,
on
I want to know.
a cooler, a stove, and a raincoat.
Yes.
Not that he's going to wear one. He just
No, he
wants to
doesn't.
know
No, I would wear it all the time at work. Are you kidding me?
if it was good.
There's literally nothing I hate more than being wet.
Just get like one of those fisherman slickers.
That's basically what I have, but they don't last.
Do they start leaking or they fall apart?
Yes.
Could you spray it with the stuff?
No, could you just? I think you got to get a different, like.
Well, the thing is that like so I'm outside for 6 hours straight in the rain,
Yeah.
and I'm by the time it's done, there's really no point in me even wearing this jacket. I'm soaking wet anyway.
Okay.
So like, they're also miserable because they're hot.
because you got 3 layers. It's
What are you pulling up there?
the sweet rain slicker.
Oh my God! If he wore that,
0.5 millimeter.
How much is it?
PVC polyester fisherman rain slick. It's $50.
I might buy it for him if he wears it. But both
Dude, I would wear
both
that-
pieces of
I
it.
would wear that tomorrow.
Both pieces of it. 2 grid life.
Oh no, I'm not gonna wear it to grid
In that
life.
green color too.
I'd wear it at work all the time though. Are you kidding me?
This one's got great reviews.
I have a fluorescent orange one I wear constantly. It sucks.
That's
But I wear it anyway.
Quite the get up to wear those pants with that. That's quite the deal.
It's when you don't want to get wet at all.
I
Then you wear your
I feel
rain
you.
It's
slick.
me. I fucking hate
that was
getting
us
wet.
all last year
I'm still convinced I got some sort of a foot fungus.
from
It just
your
hasn't-
feet
it
being
hasn't
wet.
gone
They were-
away
yeah,
yet?
No, I think it went away.
Oh,
sort of.
okay.
Yeah, my feet were wet for 3 straight days, and it was gross.
My feet are wet every single day. This winter.
Oh, yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what you do. Your feet are gonna end up cold and wet in boots
It's
when
true.
you're traipsing through the snow
Yeah.
like I have to do every day.
It's not ideal.
No, it sucks.
Any other camping gear
I don't know.
you need some
I
feedback on?
Probably I'm gonna end up buying my own tent at some point, but I've just come
Are you
to-
antisocial, Robbie?
Yeah, what the heck's that all
No,
about?
but I'm planning on going to some things that you guys aren't.
Oh, fine.
Oh yeah, we'll probably need multiple tents.
Yeah.
I still got that one tent.
I would not sleep in that.
The triangle tent?
So
the
what?
tent was see through.
That tent is as old as I am, Robbie.
No, it's older.
The fabric was disintegrating. I could literally see through it.
It was
can't-
fine.
I can't believe you were able to put it up without it just
Collapsing
falling
on
away
itself?
into dust.
It was nice. I still have it. I'll probably use it this year. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just really excited to use my back seat air
Mattress thing?
Yeah, it's
The
wonderful.
one that's shaped like an L?
Yeah, so it touches the floor, so it's level. Oh man,
I just have a van with that all the seats fold away, and then you just put the air mattress in
we
there.
know you
and
love
you're
your
good.
minivan.
I do love my minivan. It's great.
Are you going to show him my solution for this year?
Yeah. No,
Apparently
I
Michael
wanted
bought-
to show my solution.
Apparently Michael bought something.
No, not yet.
Isn't that not the greatest? idea?
I'm good. I'm good with that. It's cool. Little back seat, blow up mattress.
Yeah, it's
thing.
like a twin size bed in your back seat.
I think my solution's better.
Apparently Michael's on the verge of buying a thing, and he won't let me see what it is until Robbie pulls it up here right now. So let's see
a
what this
picture of you,
is.
Michael.
Here it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about this. You actually shopped this?
No, this
Yes.
found me today. Algorithms brought me this 996 road trip at 996 road trip. It's a 996 Carrera 4S with like a Yakima roof rail system on it,
Yep.
and then a tent that attaches to it.
Jesus Christ.
So you just flop the tent open, and then you got a tent, and you're 4 feet in the air on top of your Porsche.
I can't even.
So you can just
do
close it
this.
and zip it up.
I think you literally just flop it closed and zip it up, and you're done.
that's a wonderful idea.
And it's got a ladder. When you flip it down, the platform extends out. And
Yeah.
look, he's sitting on the thing. What's wrong with? There's not a single thing wrong with that. Not one thing.
You're safe from bears.
You can put your girlfriend in there.
Yeah.
You losers can't fit in there. It's great.
Yeah, it's nice.
Everything about it. You are safe from bears.
You are safe from bears.
When it rains, there's like 4 feet of water that would have to come through there to.
yeah, you'd have to flood the
To
whole
wake you up?
Porsche. Yeah,
You'd have to ride off a whole Porsche before you got wet.
that's great.
But what about the rain coming through the tent?
That's what the tarp's for.
Oh, that's way smaller than those tarps.
That's fair. You cover the whole car.
Exactly. What's one of these cost?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I literally
996, they're like
just
20
saw
grand.
this. I literally just saw this morning.
996 is like 20 grand, Robbie.
I got to get the car first.
then-
I'm working through that part of it. Okay.
Then what's another grand for a
I got
really
a
nice
budget.
event?
I got a budget I'm working with. I'm looking. Okay.
You just bought another watch.
Just relax, Robbie. Relax.
You posted it on Instagram.
I know I did.
Damn
I said
it.
I have a budget. I didn't say I was spending like
He didn't
90
say he
grand
was-
on one.
And he also didn't say he was spending all of his disposable income on the Porsche. He's still a man of many tastes.
I understand.
He's got
He's got shoes and
fancy
watches.
shoes
Yeah.
and leather-soled shoes that you can't walk in the snow with, and tailor-made suits that you can buy and then don't wear,
I did get a nice suit.
everybody
for
needs nice suits.
SCCA.
Yeah.
It was a good suit.
and watches and a Porsche.
You're missing your Porsche. That's what I'm saying.
It's hard. Like when you're. Do I have to get into this right now?
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
yeah, we're here.
Fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. So yes, I have a budget, and here's the thing: it's really hard to find the one that I want because like
What do you want?
you could go to. I just want one that has some information, like some service records, a record that the IMS bearing's been replaced, mileage between 50 and 100, which is what they told me. Like, JD told me between 50 and 100.
You're like on a first name basis with this guy now?
No, we hung
Yes.
out with him for like 4 hours.
They still
And I talked to him afterwards
Yeah.
about some stuff. Anyway, so we're between 50 and 100 on the mileage.
Yeah.
Because you don't want one that's really low mileage. Because apparently that's not good on those engines.
Yeah.
You want one that's been run a little bit, but
Right.
less than 100 will give you lots of life still.
I assume that these are this is all in the Volkswagen Audi group, and
Yeah.
I can attest to not buying cars that have many years and no miles.
Yes.
It's a bad idea.
I've been told don't do that.
It's a bad idea.
They're like way, way, way more expensive too. So somebody else is not getting that information. That's not a good thing. That you only
Because
drove
people
your
just
car
think-
for 20,000 miles.
People just think that the less miles are on the car, the more it's worth, and I don't even agree with that statement anymore. I think there's a happy medium.
yeah.
where
There's definitely
there's enough miles that the car is gonna work, but not too many miles that it's come back around to being problematic again.
And I think you want some cars that have been run semi-hard but well maintained.
Right.
You want a car that's kind of been
The
run in.
Italian tune-up every once in a while.
I think it's good for high-performance engines to be run kind of hard every once in a while. Not all the time. Every once in a while.
Right. You don't want a high school
Oil changed every 3,000 miles. You know that they've been doing the maintenance stuff that they're supposed to be doing, changing the gear.
When I was selling my TT, some guy texted me and asked me if it had been adult driven. That was the words he used for it.
I'm over 18.
And for some reason, I was really triggered by that statement. And so I responded to him. It didn't spend a bunch of time street racing from stoplight to stoplight with a bunch of Honda Civics, but it is a sports car. And as such, I did occasionally take it out and kind of run it through its paces on some quiet back roads every once in a while. That's kind of what they're for. And he never responded to me.
I know some adults that we do some
jackasses.
I do some bad shit to the RX-7. It's adult driven.
That's a terrible term.
Yeah, it is. I think it assumes
I'm
like
gonna start putting that in all my for sale ads.
There you go.
Yeah, that's adult driven.
oh, it's adult driven. But people be like, oh yeah,
totally.
That'll be one of my search terms the next time we do our Price is Right Craigslist challenge.
that's a good idea. So anyway, I'm on BAT.
That's not a good place to find a deal.
I know it's not. It's terrible.
Apparently, we need
No,
to go to
actually,
Barrett Jackson.
I found
That
an M3 for like really good money, but I'm not ready to buy anything yet. And then I was like, then you have a BMW and you have to deal with that
Yeah.
guilt for the rest
Right.
of your
Yeah,
life.
absolutely.
That you at one point owned a BMW.
Yeah, you don't want. They literally just posted on the DMVR like, if BMW was a guy, it's like a Guido all tan.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a BMW guy.
I saved that one for our next meme battle on the Facebook group.
I got lots of Honda ones. I've been waiting to drop on some.
I've just been waiting for Michael to post that up.
Oh, every month or so I got
every
drop
time
some
we do
memes.
it, every time we do a trip, a road trip, that's kind of become the
Yeah,
thing
'cause
you
we
do
get
on
bored.
road trips.
Yeah, you do it while I drive, so I don't even get to enjoy it.
I'll do one next week maybe.
Okay.
Because I got some real nasty Honda ones I want to get out there. I've been sitting on them. Then I got some other weird ones too we could throw on top of it.
Perfect.
But, so BAT is worthless, but at least I can see like what a good example looks like.
Yeah.
and what the documents should look like and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then I can look at option codes. And then I've been browsing through eBay and AutoTrader and Craigslist and Facebook and Cars.com.
I think you need to watch the Mecum auctions that are within reasonable driving distance.
Well, the only one is
Kansas City.
Yeah, it's in December.
Do they still do one in Minnesota? I felt like at some point they did one in Minneapolis. Minneapolis is a cool town.
Yeah, I'd be good with that. That's let's see the upcoming.
Yeah, I don't know where
Phoenix, Houston, Indianapolis. That's not quite that close.
No,
Portland. That's no good. Denver. Harrisburg, where the fuck is that?
Pennsylvania.
You gotta get it. Is it?
Yeah, that's the state capital.
No. Pennsylvania?
Yes.
I bet there's a billion Harrisburgs. Are we sure it's Pennsylvania?
I mean, there's a Harrisburg in Pennsylvania.
It just says Harrisburg.
And it's the state capital, so I'm going to assume that that's probably the one.
If you're going to Pennsylvania, you're not going to Harrisburg.
No, you go to
Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex.
I flew into Harrisburg when I flew to Pennsylvania for work.
I went to Hershey.
I had 14 hours of flight with layovers and all that stuff for what would have been an 11-hour drive.
Who
Jesus,
planned
maybe,
that?
And I didn't have any of the tools I needed because I was there for work. And they wouldn't let me take them with. And
oh, my God.
they were like, oh, it'll be way cheaper for you to fly out there and rent a car than it would be for you to drive your van out there and get 12 miles to the gallon the whole way. I'm like, would it, though?
Maybe Indianapolis is the one to go to. There's 2,000 cars there.
Ugh.
That's the biggest one so far.
That's what's up.
Nothing good. 944, 911S race car. Not going to be able to afford that. 930 slant nose. Not going to be able to afford that. 918 Spider. Not going to be able to afford that.
Right up your alley.
That's a good auction to go to.
Sell a watch or two, you'll be there.
Get rid of that. Make that go away. Let's see what else. Dallas, Louisville, Las Vegas, Chicago.
We go to Vegas again.
Chicago would work.
We got a
Chicago
place to
and
stay
Kansas
in
City. Look, there's
Chicago.
2 places.
I got a place to stay in Kansas City. We can do it real cheap. I know you're on a budget.
Kansas. What's Kansas City to the lake? It's like 2 hours still, isn't it? It's not that close.
To the
it's
lake?
not close enough.
No,
yeah.
it's not that close.
It's not as close as you might hope.
It's also not really lake time of year, is it? Isn't it in like November? I feel like we were at PRI the weekend of Mecum.
December. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the weekend of PRI.
Well, that's nice. We'll already be there.
No.
Oh, that's not the
Kansas
No.
City.
Yeah. Indianapolis is May.
That would
and
be too intelligent.
That would be great.
May's too close for what my hope is.
His budget's not
luckily
there
you
yet.
Save my
have
pennies.
like 13,000 listeners that are going to just send you ads now.
Well, that would actually be helpful
That'll
because
save you time.
here's the
like
thing, though.
good ones.
Do not send me shit 911s because I will not look at them, and that will just annoy me.
Heavily modified turbo cars.
2-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, 6-speed,
4-liter built motors.
maybe
80,
Potentially.
80 grand.
$80,000. No, yeah, but there is just a lot of like. I don't even want to say shit cars, but just cars I don't want to buy.
Right.
That's the problem. There's a lot of them.
There's too many.
And then-
that can go for all categories of car.
Yeah, but then I'll see one like, oh, yes, this would be awesome, and I'm like, but I'm not. My budget's not ready for that, which kind of sucks. Then I'm bummed out.
That happens.
So it's complete. It's not good.
It's okay. I keep planning out.
And then my water heater blew up, so I got to work on that.
great.
So it's just like, goddamn.
I'm just waiting for mine too.
It's always something.
It is always something.
My new furnace gets installed next week, though.
That'll be fun.
Be fancy at your house. Maybe you should get a water heater too. Just round it out. All the shit's fixed.
Why would you put
We're
that?
good.
Why would you put that on me?
Water heaters are cheap though,
Dude, if the water heater
Relatively.
goes out, I'm coming for you.
Relatively
You're gonna help
speaking,
me put it in.
I'll help you put it in. If
Yeah.
your water heater goes out, I'll help you put the water heater in. Relatively speaking, they're cheap. I say that relatively because they're not cheap, but
Last year I
compared
had
to a
to buy.
furnace,
Last
and
year I
an air
had to buy
conditioner-
a fridge.
That's right. You did.
Oh God, yeah, man, you're on a bad rip of.
You'll have like a
That's
whole
why.
new house here.
Dude, I'm being proactive for once. It feels so weird.
You're gonna get fucked somehow.
I know. That's what I told my dad. I was like, well, I wrote him the check, which means something's gonna catastrophically
Something's
fail.
gonna blow up in this house.
It's gonna be great.
It definitely won't be your furnace.
My one running vehicle is about to fucking spit a piston out on the highway.
Let's hope not. That'd be bad.
What's up with life, man?
It sucks. That's why.
That's why I look at 911s because I'm like, man, everything sucks. I'm just gonna look at these cars that I'm not ready to buy yet. I feel better. Or watches. That's
I quit doing that because eventually you come around to like the realization that it's just not gonna fucking happen.
And then you get
in a
sad.
timeline that is what you want,
Okay.
and then it turns into being depressing.
Yes.
And
And
then
then
you-
everything's depressing.
And then you delete the Craigslist app off your phone. And that's where I'm at.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good talk. Good talk. What are we looking at, Robbie?
This is a
Save me. Save us from ourselves.
If you need to drown your sorrows, you can go to Burntown
Yeah,
Brewing,
exactly.
where or Barntown Brewing. I don't know the words. Where Booney has cut a pickup truck in half and has put it behind the bar, where there is now a tap. So you can get beers of all flavors and shapes and sizes
where is
from
this?
Barntown Brewing at your local watering hole.
No, that wasn't right at all. Hold on a second. Barntown Brewing.
Is it in Des Moines?
I don't think it is. West Des Moines. Yeah,
It
there
is
we go.
in Des
It
Moines.
Which
in
is
West Des
the best Des Moines.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Moines. Yuppie.
You don't even live there anymore, Robbie.
I work there.
That's like barely West Des Moines.
It's in historic
That's-
Valley Junction.
That
which
means
is
that's
downtown.
that historic means shithole.
Yeah,
West
that's
Des Moines.
exactly what that means.
They had really good restaurants
It's
there.
practically whatever weird town we're in right now.
Windsor Heights.
There you go.
No,
It's
this isn't-
practically
this
Windsor
isn't Windsor
Heights.
Heights.
Oh, you're not in Windsor
No,
Heights?
I don't claim Windsor Heights because they got the Gestapos that throw you
Yeah.
in jail for speeding at 5 over.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
This is Waveland.
Okay.
Waveland Township.
I don't know what it is. Anywho,
Yeah, if you want to check out this Ford F100
Yep.
that's been
Yeah,
cut in
it's a
half
Ford
and
F100.
turned into a tap.
It's super cool
It's at
looking.
Barntown.
I like it.
Booney did it. It's awesome. Factoryfabrication.com for all your fabrication needs.
Neato. Shall we move on? Race calendar for
For the love of
2019.
God.
We have alluded to it. We're talking
For
about
like
our camping.
weeks.
Well,
No, I mean in this show.
Yeah, but in
we
this
have
show.
professionally alluded to what we were going to talk about.
I've had people ask multiple times
Yeah.
recently like what we're doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to
So I
address
said,
that.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not like Robbie put together a fucking Excel spreadsheet.
That's so I could plan work stuff.
engineer nerd.
You literally asked for that.
I did, and
No,
I'm using it.
He was like, "Boy, it would be we should like have written this down." And you like pull that out of your back pocket and slap it down on the table at Fuddruckers last week. Like, bro, what do you? I mean,
Even when he handed it to me, I was like, "Okay, so we still got to write on this, right?" And he's like, "Nope, it's done." I'm like, "Oh,
They
okay,
really
it is
shouldn't
done."
have,
All right, yep,
shouldn't
never
have
mind.
had to.
So why don't we do this, Robbie? Why don't you start with your mid-div events that you want to do,
All of
and
them.
then we'll just work through this list. 'cause
Robbie's
there's-
really got some lofty racing.
There's a billion events on here,
aspirations
and I
this
just want to say one thing. If we say we're going to an event and then we don't go to it, do not at us, because I don't want to hear it.
There's a reason we're not there,
Right.
and it's not good.
I've already realized that I've dedicated too many weekends to this and not enough weekends to my family, and backed out of a couple. So that's where I'm at right now.
I've written the calendar down. It is right there, and all of my friends, family, loved ones can see it. And if they think I'm going to be somewhere that has the same date as one of these, they can go fuck themselves because that's where I'm going.
Also, if there's going to be
Unless it's at the racetrack,
if there's
you
go-
won't see me.
If there's going to be too many people at an event, Robbie may just not go,
That's true. If it's too busy, I'll pick a different event.
because you know how much Robbie loves people.
People ain't
Well,
no
like,
good.
You know, probably the best weekend to go to any track day that isn't festival is festival weekend.
Yeah.
You know, like if you went to an event at, I don't know, Mid Ohio, the weekend of festival, it's gonna be quiet. It's not gonna be
super
anybody, It's not
quiet.
gonna be anybody there.
Yeah.
They're all at Gingerman.
Yep.
So let's go through the mid-div calendar.
Yeah,
real
I'll
quick.
be
How
at
about that?
my plan right now, assuming nothing goes wrong, which is a pretty lofty assumption, is that I'm going to go to all the mid-div events. So April 13 and 14, I'll be at Gateway. May 18 and 19, I'll be at Heartland. June 22 and 23, I'll be at Heartland again. June 29, which is right around 1 weekend to the next, I'll be at Hallett. So it's basically just 2 weekends
That's
in a
a
row.
nasty turnaround.
That's rough. And then one of them's actually the June one at Heartland is actually a TT National Tour event for the SCCA. And then July 13 and 14, I'll be at Heartland again. And that one, I think the mid-div calendar says it's a National Tour event, but I don't think that's true. And then August 10th at RPM, and September 14 and 15, I'll be at Gateway. And then the SCCA TT Nationals, which is not on this calendar. I will be at that as well at NCM.
National Corvette Museum.
And that's what September.
Bowling Green, September 26th through 27th. Or no, you've got that's the Thursday, Friday. I think
It's September 27th through the 29th.
Yeah.
So I plan on racing that as well.
For people who want to find this information, what is that website that you're on?
Timetrials.scca.com. That's where I got the nationals, and then the DMVR scca.org has the mid-div times or the schedule on that one as well.
And then you're going to be where this weekend?
I will be in Ames for the Dyno Day for mid-div classing.
Is that Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday. So
you missed it.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you will miss out on the fact that I was in Ames for the Dyno Day. You also miss out on the fact that I'm hanging out with Booney and being social.
He committed to a social engagement.
You can't prove that.
That's true. You can't.
That's true.
It hasn't happened yet, and by the time people are hearing this, it may or may not have actually happened.
I think he's going to bail.
I wouldn't be surprised if he paid extra money for a private dyno session.
So are you going to...
Is that an option?
I mean, probably.
So yeah, okay.
So yeah, I'm hoping that Steve has Skunk River Restorations opened up so I can check out all the cool stuff he has.
He
there.
will.
Oh,
I'm sure.
yeah, Steve.
I'm
Steve's cool.
super
I
excited.
think we
about
could just
that.
go knock on the door and be like, yo.
I think he'd let me do that too. But I'm excited to see the shop. I've never actually been
heard
inside. I've heard wonderful things about
wild things
cool
about
things
that place.
they have.
There's a hell of a collection in there.
I wonder if he still got that Mosler.
I have no idea what
There
he's
was a
got
purple
these
one
days.
for sale in Des Moines, and it was not his.
Really?
So
Weird.
We live
Deal
in a
with that.
weird world
Deal
where
with
there's
that
like
shit.
some strange stuff that exist, like that Noble, that M600 that was
Yeah.
here forever.
which I think
It's
if
just
you
such a wild car.
if you really wanted that Noble, it's still for sale. And it wasn't like
no, it was
unreasonable
annoyingly
money.
cheap for what you were buying.
I think it was like 50. Was it 50
it's a
grand?
lot of money for. I mean, that's the original twin turbo Taurus motor car. Because that's what
By
that is.
Taurus, do you mean Yamaha motor?
No,
Straight up Taurus?
it's that like the
The
last
24
gen,
valve.
the last gen V Taurus, not the one we're in right now, but the
Yes.
one before that didn't have a show. It's that V6.
Oh man,
It's a Mondeo V6
Yeah.
with
I'm with you.
with a pair of turb skis hanging off of it. Some Chinese choo-choo boys.
Do you think they're Chinese?
No. Well, I mean maybe, but they're not.
I just blanked out that car for some reason.
The
Hold on a
Noble
second.
M600?
Oh no,
Or the Taurus?
the 5th gen Taurus.
Oh,
just
it's not
for some
good.
reason, like blew
It's
it
not
out
good.
of my mind.
Well, that's
Forgot
probably
what, it looked
what
like.
you should do with that generation of Taurus because it didn't even have a show edition.
Isn't that when they were there was the Ford 500 for a while
Yes.
too?
Yeah,
Bizarro world there.
and
that was kind of weird.
Mercury, or no, the Lincoln MKZ, which is what my mom has.
Yep,
She's like literally told me I can have it, and I don't really want it.
Yeah, you want it.
I'm out. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
I've actually seen that Mosler in Des Moines.
Holy shit! Look at that.
Is that the
That's the one that passed me on the interstate, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I was I was convinced it was the Factory 5 GTM because it just kind of blew past me. I'm like, is that a
I don't remember what's in Moslers. Are those LSs?
sure
Yeah, I think it is an LS.
MT 900?
Yeah.
That's super rad.
5.7 liter, 7 liter, LS7.
So
yeah,
LS.
LS1 and
Hell yeah!
LS7. Pretty cool though.
be all right.
Pretty cool.
I could
Machine.
be all right with that.
Let's see. The MT 900 weighs 2,500 pounds. So
Not much at all.
Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty of car. Ooh, the race version weighs 2,200 pounds.
Jeez.
That's not very much.
That just means there's 300 pounds you can lose there, Robbie.
Oh, there's a street version that weighs 2,200 pounds.
Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
You know what that is? It's
Look at
probably
this.
more
Look at this.
carbon fiber.
I'm on Wikipedia, and there's a picture, and it says street legal MT 900S in Ames, Iowa. That is on the
Oh,
Wikipedia
gee, I wonder
page.
whose that
wonder
is.
whose that is.
That's awesome.
That's pretty funny.
He's got an Elan, an NPO1, which is that little like prototype race car thing.
Yes.
Super cool.
He has, if he hasn't sold it, he has a Fiat Dino that he should probably let me drive. Because it's got the Ferrari Dino engine in it.
Yes.
So there was a period of time when Fiat was making the Dino that they were putting the 246, I think, engine in it.
Something like that.
So it's a Ferrari V6, and I know like purists would be like, "It's not a Ferrari because it's a Dino, it's a different thing." Like, yeah, no, I get that, but no,
go fuck yourselves.
I'll take a bunch of pictures if I can, and then I'll tell you.
Maybe
all
I'll
about
come up. Maybe
It's
maybe
on
I'll
Saturday?
Text,
Yeah,
text Steve and be
Saturday.
like, "Hey, Steve, that Dino, can we get that out?"
I'll be gone.
it. Yeah, you can ride up. You can even ride up with me.
Yeah, maybe I'll text Steve.
That would be fun to just
bro.
take Logan too, but I'll be
Yeah,
gone.
Used to do open houses. I don't know if he'll do one this year or not. Can ask him.
I always miss it every time.
What if we could get like a 10 tenths open house meetup?
With
He's
Steve?
listened,
Yeah, Steve listens.
He doesn't,
which is weird.
which is super cool.
Yep, Ferrari Dino V6 2.4 liter. Neat stuff. But yeah, that used to be a bucket list car. I don't know if yeah, probably. It's probably still on my bucket list. It's pretty cool.
Was that the one that Robbie just had pulled up there?
Yeah,
It's not a strikingly good looking car.
in person it is.
That might be. Maybe Robbie just found a bad picture.
No, I
don't
did
know.
not.
Robbie's not into it.
Robbie doesn't like Italian cars.
Well, yeah.
That's not true.
There's a
Name one Italian car you like. One.
the Ferrari F50.
Yeah, the Ferrari F50.
That I stand by.
I
my
rest
point.
my point.
Right. He doesn't like good-looking Italian cars. Is what I meant to say.
James Houghton agrees with me. I really don't give a shit what anybody else thinks.
He walked around with a watermelon on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny. He's got a sense of humor.
He's got a sense of humor.
He's awesome.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know either.
I have a
Sad state of
I have
affairs.
a topic idea that we can discuss after the show.
Okay.
That revolves around that very specific topic.
Come on. Come on. Look at this, Adam.
Oh, bro, I'm into that.
It's got the fender mirrors.
Yes,
It's Italian.
I
It's
like
60s,
the back end.
70s Italian.
I like the
It's sloping.
yeah.
The big greenhouse. You can see everything.
Absolutely.
You can see death coming straight at you.
Because if you get in an accident, you're gonna die.
Yep.
Because those A pillars are just gonna fold like paper.
Sorry, Robbie. Fiat didn't make an S chassis.
They wish.
Chevy did, and he doesn't like that one either. So,
So did Volvo. Or no, that was a 240.
That was a
sorry.
240.
anywho, that's what Robbie's going to be doing. You talked about SCCA Nats, and then there's a TT's National at Heartland Park,
Yep.
June. You talked about that one, and then the Gingerman one.
I did not talk
In
about
July.
the Gingerman one. Yep.
That's July 26th, I think you have down here. So I don't know if we're doing those. They're just on this calendar.
Any car makes a great time trials car.
That's true. They do.
So you should probably go and do that if you're close by.
You can come hang out with me.
Support Time Attack.
If you're on the YouTube, I will be at every one of these unless something catastrophic goes wrong in my life. Which probably it will.
So he's not going to be at any of those.
Life sucks. Let's see. Grid Life is coming up. First Grid Life event is April 5th, Mid Ohio. I don't think any of us can go to that one.
I
No,
think
I
we went from
tried.
like we're going to this to maybe
It's
not to
like
yeah I don't think
way
we're going to
farther
that
away than I thought it was.
in like a span of 2 minutes.
Yeah, we really wanted to, and then looked at
It's
the
like literally
the
10
logistics
hours
of it.
away.
It's a 10-hour drive.
I'm not doing that.
Not for that one. I'll do.
Sorry,
I'll go
man.
to the NCM event. But I
Adam
can't.
Jabay at me with a plane ticket, and we'll talk about that.
You know what he's going to tell you? Get yourself to Chicago. I'll get you the rest.
I
of the
know
way.
he will, which is annoying because then I have
That's not
to
so bad.
take more time to go to
Right.
Chicago and then
Well,
wait
no.
around for him and then leave.
But also
on
he'll
Wednesday.
Yeah, I was going to say he'll want to be down there
Monday.
a day or two in advance.
Yeah.
and be there a day or two later.
That doesn't do me any good.
No, it does me zero good.
Yeah.
Summit Point,
Nope.
not doing that one.
I was actually
April
trying
27th.
to. I was trying to plan a work event that I could be kind
There
of
at
out
the
there,
same
but
time.
then I realized that Connecticut's nowhere near that.
You should pull up a track map of
Summit Point.
the Summit Point Shenandoah track.
Alright.
Because I think there's multiple tracks at Summit Point if I understand this correctly. But this looks like a sweet track. So I like from my video gaming experience because I have never been on a track, admittedly. I like more technical courses than like wide open. Let's
High-speed tracks.
yeehaw, let's go. That looks so cool.
That's pretty crazy.
That
That
does
looks
look
like
like
a
fun.
wild track.
Yeah, that looks-
If you're listening, you pull out your Google machines. Pull over.
Yes.
Be safe.
Search Summit Point. SHENANDOAH.
That is
Shenandoah.
that is the circuit that they're going to be running Time Attack on, and I like technical courses for Time Attack racing
Yeah, I think that's good.
because I think that's where like some of the wild things that happen in Time Attack cars can shine.
Yeah, I mean, having a time attack on a big oval is not fun. With the time
It's called
attack on
NASCAR. It
yeah,
happens
but time
every
attack
weekend.
on a technical course is pretty awesome.
Well, the other argument about it is like because like everyone in America, the track is Road Atlanta.
Yeah, sure.
For Time Attack. And I think part of that is because like you have these huge speeds and these fast corners, and downforce is king there. Whereas a real tight, technical, slower track, downforce is harder to produce in great numbers.
Right.
So, but I don't know. I just like technical courses. I just think they're more fun to drive on a simulator.
They always frustrate me at first because I always make way more mistakes.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It's more like autocross to me.
Midwest Festival, May 30th and 31st and
June 1st.
June 1st, thank you, and June 2nd.
Yeah, they took it off
May
my birthday.
32nd.
Assholes.
Yeah, take that up with him and Hayward, probably. Autobahn.
I plan on being there.
I think that's June 29th.
I cannot be at that one, right?
It's the weekend before the 4th of July. The 4th of July is like a Thursday this year.
Yeah, which is...
Did I have to do something?
Yes.
What did I have to do?
4th of July?
Yeah.
We'll get to it. It's over here. You're a judge on something.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, we don't know that yet, though.
See, I ruined it. That's why I didn't want to say anything.
That's no. We'll come back to that. Track day picnic, August 2nd.
Nope. Did I write that wrong? Oh,
Oh, you've got Friday. You've got the Friday.
I always So mine are
sorry,
screwed up.
August 3rd.
Yeah, so I have the Friday and then the days that the actual event is.
Okay, let me try this one. Atlanta, August 24th. Did I get that right?
Yeah. No.
Ah,
'cause
fuck.
that
God
one,
damn it.
That one has the earlier date.
August 23rd through the 25th. I'll just look at your computer.
Yep.
You can read that? God damn,
Yeah.
I need glasses.
Yeah, you do.
I need glasses and I can read it. So
I
that's
can't
saying
read
something.
that at all.
Road America, September 7th and 8th.
Yes.
I
We got that one right.
really, really, really want to be at that one because that one there is like the championship, and I know that there's a lot of cars. So this year, what Grid Life's doing is you have to run a certain number of events in order to qualify for the championship,
Yes.
where all the cars will be.
Yes.
So Road America is going to be the one with the big time attack group. They're also going to be running GLTC there. That's the event I want to be at. Badly.
Okay.
I think that's the event I'm looking forward to the most this year. Because
Yeah, I plan on being at that.
I think that Road Road America is a really cool place.
Yeah. That's the weekend before my TT event, so I'll be there.
And then let's see here. Last Grid Life event is Gingerman, August 5th and 6th.
Which was so much fun last year. We'll try
Not
to go.
August, is it?
October.
October. That is technically 2020 season points.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, because the championship is at Road America. That's the end of the season. So, it's kind of weird. It's this year, but the points will count towards 2020 season. If you care about those things.
I don't think I will be at that one either.
The Gingerman one again?
No, because isn't that the same weekend as that the Lake Garnett Grand Prix? No. It's the weekend after, October 11th. Well, I may still not be at that event then
Yeah,
if I
that's
go to Lake Garnett.
It's a pretty
It's too
decent
many
travel.
things in a row.
There's too many things in a row.
It's also his birthday.
Yeah.
That's my birthday, October.
You turn in the big 3-0.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be 30. Should be angrier than ever.
Dude, we got to blow it out by like not doing anything. Like maybe
Yeah.
like going
No,
to-
I get to spend all weekend wearing tweed and driving around vintage race cars. That's me
With
blowing
John.
it out.
Oh, that's right.
with JB.
And I'll get some
that,
Ooh, and
the other
and
JB.
which other JB?
The SCCA JB.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I thought there was a third JB for a second. I was like, holy shit, there's too many people.
My boss is JB.
That's too many people.
So
What was that event you were just talking about?
Lake Garnett Grand Prix revival.
we need to have John on the show because he's got a bunch of cool stories. But I want to talk to him about these things.
The revival.
So one of these days that'll happen.
It's October
Well, that really-
11th.
well, I thought I had it, and then it just pulled up some really weird stuff. So
It looks super rad. I think they basically shut down some roads around a lake and turn it into a lapping day.
Yeah,
And you just go buck wild and crazy.
it's a perfect
Apparently,
idea.
safety is pretty relaxed and fun is high on the priority list.
all right, let's try it one more time. What's it called?
Lake Garnett, Garnett, Grand Prix revival.
LGGPR.org.
That's probably it. Maybe.
If it would ever load.
It's raining, so his internet's probably broken.
Yeah.
No, my internet works perfectly fine. The only person that has a problem is Robbie.
He's got it.
There it is.
The late Garnett Grand Prix revival.
It looks super cool. I wish we had more time to do vintage racing stuff because that sounds super fun.
I would do vintage racing.
I think my car's old enough to qualify for that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
both
So
yours
that
are.
would be fun.
I would do it like exclusively.
Your car's not that far off of it
The 240?
because I think it's like 30 years when
Oh, yeah,
they
then I'm
consider
close.
them a vintage car.
That's weird.
Because a bunch of people got real excited a few years ago because Miata's now fit into that. And so they added a spec Miata class to SVRA. And so now that's one more place.
No. I'm
To
turning
go.
my nose up at him because he gets all fucking uppity about
No, I'm with you on that
vintage Italian cars. So fuck you. You can go to a different event.
I'm going to this anyways.
one. You can
No,
go to,
you
you can
can't
go
go.
to Nissan Fest. Or
Yeah, go to
something like
Nissan
that.
Fest and all your boys and
I'm
flash
going to
your,
LS Fest.
flash your underglow and do
Oh,
all
wait.
that shit.
I want to go to LS Fest. Let's do that.
All right, man.
Yeah. Nissan Fest, I'm not quite as into.
There's like a Z Fest down in Atlanta, I think. Or something.
Yeah. There's that Nissan festival or that Nissan weekend at Autobahn this year, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like the same weekend as West Michigan Honda meet or something like that.
Okay.
And Jabez all like, you can't go to that. You got to go to my event.
That's not even on this list, so we're not going.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Well, it's because we don't own Hondas.
No,
Honda.
I'll go to the Nissan event. Actually, I'm not taking the Nissan to anything that's not track event or time
It is
trials.
a track event.
The
That Nissan thing is.
well, that's right.
It's at Autobahn.
Don't they have drifting and stuff?
I don't know what they
I thought
do.
they had like a car show and drifting.
There's a lapping day there too. It's like
Ah,
HPDE, but
Yeah, I'm not doing that then.
You could technically go to Lake Garnett, but I'm not going to talk to you while you're there.
I'll just hang out.
Would you talk to me?
I won't bring the
Yeah.
car.
Can I wear my Dodge Boys Have
You
More
didn't.
Fun
You
jacket?
didn't talk shit about Fiat Dinos, so yeah, absolutely.
I got my vintage jacket right
He
here.
brought it with him.
Yeah, I've been wearing it. I wore it to work or to here today. Look at that bad boy.
Push it
Show it-
towards the
show it-
camera.
show
there.
it.
Yeah, there
Dodge
it
Boys
is.
Have More Fun.
Absolutely, that would fit in.
I put this on, and Katie rolled her eyes so hard that she almost fell over from the shifted momentum
You could
from
feel
one side to the
you
other.
could feel the gravity.
That's a good-
Change.
That's
Yeah.
wear it more often.
And then I wore it into the KFC, and I think a small part of her died.
She's like, "This is my life now."
What have I gotten myself into?
She's stuck now.
I mean, we've been together for years. You would think that she would be used to this shit by now, but
Yeah, this
Let me put it this way: it could be worse.
yeah, absolutely.
could be a lot worse.
Yeah, I could be in the 240s. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
Vaping
saying.
and shit
Vaping,
like that all
yeah.
the time.
I don't do
Subaru's like, oh, the boxer
Yeah.
engine. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Says the guy who wants to
Yeah,
buy
the
a
Porsche.
911.
Shh, shut up. Let's see here.
It's amazing.
Dino Day, that's on your list. We already talked about that.
Yep.
O'Drift Collective, May 11th, July 20th, August 17th, and September 28th. The July and September ones are 2 days. So those are out there.
All are at RPM in Omaha.
I don't know if I will be at
May
all of those.
to get the car ready for
all
May?
of those. Yeah, well, maybe if I get my heads back. I just got to put it back in there.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was gonna do. I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking the non-stressed approach to building cars, which is if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
worried
yeah. We
about it.
talked about this a couple weeks ago. I'm all about
I
that.
feel way more zen about building cars when it's kind of like I don't really give a fuck, and I'm not gonna fall prey to that. Like, oh, you gotta get your car done. Like, fuck you, write a check. Then
Dude,
I'll
I'm
get
telling
this
you,
shit done
you
tomorrow.
you can go to events without a car
Yeah.
and have equivalently or more fun than you would with the car there. I'm telling you.
I disagree.
I
My problem
understand-
is I have ADD, and doing the Lake Garnett thing and putting the new 2-liter in the Fiat sounds way more appealing.
I know that you have not only car ADD but event ADD for sure.
Yes.
And I think that I've kind of noticed a small shift in your interest in this TT time attack format. I think.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Like, I don't think that
I'm not
you
saying it's bad.
you're not as opposed to it as you may have once been. Here's what I see as the roadmap
Okay.
for Michael Beck through the years of the podcast.
Okay.
Right. So episode 1, Michael Beck
Yes.
was kind of like he didn't really like the autocross thing.
No.
He wasn't really sure that he wanted to do the road course thing. Like he wants
Not
to,
committed
he
to
wanted,
it, no.
He wanted to do the road course thing, but he didn't want to do the wheel to wheel racing thing because the rule book is too rigid, too strict, too
Yep.
shitty,
Yep.
too confusing. It's
Yep.
just not his thing. But like the TT time attack thing didn't really exist at the time. And so Michael Beck was just afloat in the ether, not knowing what to do with
I
himself.
was going to do rally, TSD rally.
Yep.
Right. And so he bought the RX-7. He's going to turn it into a Grand Tourer.
Yes.
I hate using that.
That's the correct way to use it, though, I think.
Tourer.
No, I can't say it because you said it like that.
Tourer.
Robbie, you say it.
Tourer?
I need a palate cleanser.
can't-
No, he fucked it up too.
You can't say that without
Grand Tour.
sounding drunk.
You just have to like I
Tour.
think stumble through the
Tour.
say
It's
tour, say tour, and then like tour, like just kind of
Tour.
blast through the end of it.
Tour.
It's like
How are you
brewery.
saying it?
That's our
Brewery.
brewery.
You can't say
That's
brewery,
a nice brewery.
without sounding drunk.
This is a wonderful brewery that you brought us to.
Anyway, but then we went to Midwest Festival,
Yep.
and Michael Beck discovered drifting. And it was this like, hey man, like we're just here to have fun.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about your rules. We're just here to enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
Enjoy our cars.
Yes.
Enjoy our buddies.
Yes.
Crash into each other every once in a while. Which
Yes.
he's not like super okay with, but at the same time, like the red mist descends, and next thing you know, he's slamming doors with Bert.
Yeah.
It happens. It's fine.
Happens to the best of us.
But then, like the time attack TT scene has really kind of spiked up in the last few years,
Yep.
and now we're kind of heavily involved with a few of the key players in that scene, and they also have a pretty loose rule book. If you print out Grid Life's rule book, it's 3 pages long, and it's just like it's more about building something cool, coming and hanging out with your friends, and maybe smashing a lap record or two while you're at it, and that doesn't necessarily not appeal to the Michael Beck. It's not the worst idea. He doesn't hate it. He might not be sold on it
I'm
yet.
not committed to it.
He's not committed to it. But like you did mention, we'll talk about it. Our track, our beloved RPM, may or may not exist a year from today.
Yeah.
For us to race on.
Right.
And you had said, at that point, I got to drive 4 hours to drift in a parking lot. I'm not going to do that.
No.
And I mentioned that the RX-7 would make a great time trials car.
Right.
And you didn't tell me no.
Well, at that point, I would probably build the Fiat and do like
get that.
vintage racing is probably what I would do. And then, but
I'm
don't know what I'm
really
doing anymore.
afraid. I'm afraid that vintage racing is kind of like meeting your heroes. Because most of the people who are at vintage racing, I think, are the old uppity fuckers we don't like.
I guess we'll find out in
Yeah,
October.
You know what I
you'll find
mean?
out soon
October,
enough.
yeah.
You know what I think Lake Garnett is kind of
Probably
the
not.
wild, wild west.
Yeah,
of,
it's probably a little bit.
but like
different.
if you show up an SVRA race, I'm not sure that we would like most of the dudes that are there. You know what I mean? I think they're the uppity assholes that got mad at us for not having carpet in the Fiat, even though he wasn't in our class, and it didn't matter to him.
I don't know where my home is.
What car is he looking at to buy?
Porsche,
Okay.
which would make a great time trials car.
no.
What do I? I don't know. I don't.
I'm just
He's a
saying.
confusing
I'm
man.
just saying he's
Like, I
leaning
just don't-
towards the uppity
No, like,
asshole group.
You're right,
No.
but he doesn't want to be he doesn't
No,
want to be
he's
the
not that-
rules guy.
I don't want rules, which is probably why I want to do more. I want to do more TSD,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Clearly,
but like
you took
not sanctioned TSD. Like, you know what I mean?
right.
Like,
You don't want to go out there and have a leg where you calibrate your odometer.
yeah, no, I'm out on that. I'm more in the like guys in their Porsches and Corvettes hanging
drinking
out.
coffee and talking about watches.
Yes, that's exactly the space I'm in.
That sounds great.
I have become the person that we don't like. That's the short version of
But
the story.
We still like you.
No, you don't.
Do
Don't even
we?
lie to me.
I don't
Don't
even-
even start with me.
I invited
you don't
you
even
to
like
come.
people.
Did we ever?
You don't even like people.
You're right.
Frenemies, Robbie. Frenemies.
That like okay, so I'm trying to think of like realistically
Yeah.
what I would like to do. I do want to drift.
This is
because
my pain, too.
The thing with drifting is it's not even what I have committed to it so far. Like, I don't care about that. It's more that I need to do it, and it is a skill that I want to have.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
want to be able to do it.
No, I think that there's too many people who are like road racers, wheel-to-wheel guys,
Yeah.
even time trial and time attack guys who are dismissive of drifting because a large majority of the drifting people are not competitive, and so they're really dismissive of it. And I think that that's doing a disservice to themselves as drivers, because I think that if you can drift a car well, that will help you go faster around a corner when you're attacking time.
Yes, fair enough.
I would agree.
This Mid-America Drift, if this becomes a thing, I would love to judge or announce that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I want to do that. I don't want to compete in it.
No, that's a competition drift series out
Not
of
yet.
RPM that's got 3 events this year.
I am really, really hoping that this goes well for these guys.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be cool. I really like that idea. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean-
think that that's a good track to host it on. And,
Yeah, I
and when
agree.
you go to an O Drift event, you see that there's plenty of talent in that pool. I think it's going to be a good event, and
Yeah,
I hope that it brings some crowds that like an open drifting day has a hard time drawing.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that O-Drift still has their thing, and then this is a little bit separate, so you could still
There's
do
absolutely
both.
a place for just like there's a place for HPDE and competitive wheel-to-wheel or
Absolutely.
time attack. Those are two different things, and I think that the drift community would be good to embrace both equally. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I hope so. It sure looks like they will.
So I want to drift some, but not all the time. I want to hang out with drifters and judge drifting or talk about it. And then, yeah, I don't know. I want to go on like a Porsche rally.
Just want to have
Like
fun with
this.
cars.
I want to go on a Porsche rally and talk about, I don't know, like now
Now
wine is around me. So I'm
you
talking
are
about wine with
such
people like,
a
fucking-
confusing
I know.
individual because like drifting is kind of like
It's like-
I mean I love those guys, but it's like the trash, dirty, like trailer trash of the
Yeah,
racing community,
right.
right?
No, I get
like,
That's the skateboarders.
those are
that
the people that you don't want to be friends with. Well, I think that your skateboarder analogy is
accurate.
literally the truth. I think that I would bet you that a overwhelming majority of drifting came from the action sports world, whether that
Oh,
be
yeah.
skateboarding,
Without question.
BMX, motocross, whatever that is. A huge percentage of them came from the action sports world.
Yeah.
And as they got older, they got old and decrepit like we did, and they're like, God damn, I can't.
knees are
my knees
killing
are
me."
fucked. What else can I do? Cars are cool. Let's go drift.
With age comes a cage.
Right. Absolutely. And so, I think that's true. And everybody's dream when they were 13 years old at the skate park was to go to a competition.
Yeah.
And so that's just a natural progression for drifting too.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
I like
But you didn't
t-shirts
do that.
and I like tailored suits.
yeah, like
Tailored
that's,
suits.
That's what I'm getting at, man. You are a strange
I own Vans.
enigma.
I love my Vans too, and I own.
Oh, I was like, you don't own a fucking van.
I own
Back
yeah,
down.
No,
But
I
now
own Vans.
I'm with you
I own
now.
Vans, and I own.
Leather
I know
Heel.
leather soled. Yeah.
that you have to put a condom on.
Yep. So
I have those.
I don't know. I want to do.
I don't have either one of those.
That's my.
I guess I got Pumas, not Vans.
That's the car
got
world
New
I exist
Balances.
in. Is like trashy drift cars and
but
Porsches.
that you have that Venn diagram where it intersects.
I'm
is
the only
you.
person.
You are the intersection of those two circles.
I know. I get that.
But I think that is a position of great power for you, because those are two worlds that could learn from each other. And it's your responsibility to help that happen.
Shit.
To
That's-
facilitate
This is
that
supposed to be like
through
a
this
relaxing.
stupid podcast.
It's supposed to be like a relaxing. Like this is just the stuff that I like, and I don't really give a shit. Now I have a responsibility to change the car culture community, and
Positively.
that's dumb. I don't want to do that. I just want to.
You were known for our positivity.
Yep.
I just want to learn about wine. That's all. That was all I was doing. Okay.
I love
anyway.
whining. It's one of my favorite.
Whining, yeah.
Whining is
Right-
great.
right there with-
30's coming up. It's gonna be good.
We do a whole show every week about it.
About whining. So Mid America Drift, they're doing that May 25th, July 6th, October 12th. Not gonna be able to make that one. I just noticed.
Fucking October, man.
Yeah, man.
Who knew it was
October's
so
crazy.
busy?
October's a little crazy. WRL you're going to WRL events, right?
I am going to.
No, he's doing champ.
Well, no, so he's doing a few WRL events. I think we're going to go to the one in Hastings with the Neon.
June 29th.
And the one at Brainerd with the Neon. July 13th and 14th.
Okay.
And then they have already paid for the Road America event April 19th and 20th. And that's my dad's birthday. And I suggested to him that he track dad that weekend for his birthday, and he didn't shoot me down.
So it's a maybe. It's a solid maybe.
I think he really wants to go to one of those. I think that not only do I think he would really enjoy himself, but I think he thinks that he will really enjoy himself.
Well, I would think so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like drag racing, even though it's not really my thing. Go watch some drag racing.
it's not drag racing.
No, I just mean the flip side of it.
Yeah.
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 It's not really his type of racing,
Well,
but I think he'd enjoy
I think
himself.
he likes working on cars and stuff like that, and I don't know. I think that this will be the year. I'm gonna put it right out for everybody so that they can help. Anybody who knows my dad can help me shame into this. This is gonna be the year that my dad does an event where a corner is required during the race.
Okay.
So he bought it last year. I don't know if I ever really talked about this on the show. Last year he bought a Firehawk, which was a special edition of one of the earlier 5th gen Firebirds.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a WS6, but
Yep.
not the same, but very similar. It's a suspension focused handling package, the Firehawk is. And he loves the damn thing. Just loves it.
As he should.
As he should. And I love that he loves it. And my mom loves it too, which is even better. So they love going places with it. And a good friend of mine from high school who lives in Ames, his name's Trevor, he listens to the show. He's got a WS6 that's super
Awesome.
super rad. It's a cool little car. And I have corrupted him as well.
Oh, perfect.
To the point where I get messages from him all the time about what he needs to buy for wheels and tires and this and that and that and this. And I've been trying my best to help him through going through that when we're talking about like tire sizes and the 3s that I don't even fucking comprehend. And I'm like, yeah.
Is that even necessary?
Have you looked at this tire or this tire manufacturer's like, yeah, they don't make that size. Like, damn it. Didn't know that, I guess. Sorry. But last year, he went to a couple of the Corvette autocross events,
Yep.
and he's super hooked.
Perfect.
And so I think that's what I'm going to try and get my dad to do is come down here for one of those autocross events that the Corvette Club holds because you don't have to work it.
Right.
And I think my dad would prefer that.
For sure.
But I don't want him to race a good guys event.
No, I don't think that's what he's.
No, that was
looking
not.
for.
That was not a great experience.
It's too much. It's
honest.
too busy.
It's too.
There's too
fucking
many
hot.
people that want to do it. No, it's not even that because
It was fucking hot. I was.
But
dying.
that's very weekend dependent. I think, but any weekend,
not good guys. It's always 10,000 degrees
Well,
of good
that's
guys,
fair.
and it's either pissing rain or it's
or
a
last
million
year
degrees.
it did both.
Or it did both, and my basement flooded.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there was literally 3 foot of water running through the streets of the fairgrounds during Good Guys.
It was a bad deal.
It was complete and total insanity.
Somebody's hot rod they got left there did not fare well.
No, I'm sure not.
Got everything short of swept away.
Yeah. So
I feel for him.
I'm hoping that this year, and he said he's very interested in it. He also I think jokingly said he wanted to go to one where I wasn't, so he couldn't see how bad I am or he is. And I was like, dude, I haven't done it in so long. Like, I'm not gonna be good either. So,
Yeah, the muscle memory.
but that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping is that I can get my dad hooked on this stupid autocross crap too.
Okay.
So,
Last one I have on this list is the DMVR Iowa Challenge #1, or Iowa Challenge #1, which is a DMVR event, April 13th,
Yeah.
which is 2 days, I think, right?
Yeah, it's at Adventureland.
At Adventureland, that's coming up. So that's going to be like the first race event since we're not going to Mid-Ohio. But you're going to be in St. Louis, though, Robbie, right?
Yeah, I won't make it to that one. I'll try to make it to the ones that are like May 25 and 26. That's the Iowa Event Center. I'll probably I won't race, but I'll hang out or work or something if I can.
Why don't you race?
I'm not going to put any more for how many track hours that thing's going to get this year.
No.
I'm not putting any extra wear on that engine.
So we need to get with... I don't know what we're going to do for that exactly. They
Well,
kind of sound like they had a PA, and then Booney's like, yeah, it's not very good, though. So
We'll exchange. I'm going to explain the
figure that
Iowa
out.
Challenge thing. So there are 3 regions in the greater Iowa area. There is the DMVR, which is the one that we are
Part of, basically.
closest to. There's the Iowa region, which is kind of like the eastern half of the state.
Okay.
And then there's the Great River region, which is kind of like the southeast corner / Illinois area.
Yep.
And in years past, the format that we're doing this year was what they always did. Like back when Bart was around and my Omni was actively raced by him, there would be 3 Iowa Challenge events a year, one hosted by each region, and I think everybody went and did them.
Right.
Like they were huge. And I hope that that's what this turns back into again. And there was points kept. So basically, I think they do it off packs positions, but like the top 10 packs finishers of each region make points for that region. And then at the end of the year, they tally those all up and see what region's the fastest overall. And I think it's really cool. The last couple of years they've just done like an Iowa Challenge event at Oskaloosa, and they were like 2-day events and they were a good time, but I really like the idea of doing one in each region hosted by each region and the traveling thing. I think that's
good.
That's cool. Because like GRR, the Great River region, they always, because Oskaloosa's a long drive for them, and so they always struggled to have numbers, and
it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, and so like they'd show up with like 5 guys, and like they're the fast guys, and they usually kicked ass, but there's no way they're gonna win because they just don't have the numbers.
Right.
So I would like to see this be a thing again because I think it used to be very important for the state of Iowa SCCA guys.
Groups, yeah. Something of note: if you do decide to do a DMVR event, there is a 10/10 PAX.
Oh yeah.
So you can select that.
Yes.
Basically, all that does is it's like the XP class that we were doing for a while.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do with it, so we'll tally up, or basically we'll just be told if you're in that group, we'll know where you finished in that group. And I think what I would like to do with it is just look at your raw times, and whoever was fastest gets a point. And at the end of the year, whoever has the most points, we'll put together some sort of trophy / prize package. James with Kanga Motorsports is already committed to some level of swag, and I figure we can probably find a few other people and maybe throw some 10/10 stuff in there or buy a stupid silly trophy and just have some fun with it. I don't want it to be anything too serious. Sure as hell I'm not going to make rules for it. I just want it to be fun.
Yeah, just come.
I want people to have fun. We should get a report that kicks out raw and PAX times.
Yeah.
So we can look at both.
I'm going to ignore PAX entirely. Ooh. This is all about who is the fastest guy, period.
It's a bold strategy. See if it pays off.
Yep, it will.
So please join in on that because it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, if for nothing else, just check the box. It's just when you go through and sign up, you just check the box.
It doesn't affect anything in any way, shape, or form.
It's just
you're still going to get scored normally.
Yeah, when you're at the race, you're still going to get the same numbers that everybody else gets. You don't get a different PAX multiplier. No. You don't get any of that stuff. It just creates a subcategory so we can see who participated in that class. And then whoever's in that class, like Adam said, if you have the most points or whatever at the end of the year, you'll get something from us.
It'd be cool to see who's part of our 10/10.
If you are a Honda or a BMW owner, forget those guys. You want to be in the 10/10 podcast crew, not the BMW or Honda clubs. Those guys are not as cool as we are.
They don't care.
Come join the fun.
Definition of not cool. A Honda or a BMW club.
It's painfully true.
But
you know what the definition of cool is? Fucking podcasts, man.
Podcast club sounds great. That sounds equally as stupid. Trust me,
You're right.
I think I finally left that group because I couldn't take it anymore. Just couldn't.
I joined one for Des Moines specifically.
Ooh, did you really?
The Des Moines podcast group?
It's not good.
Oh,
is it?
man.
Is it? Does it exist?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh shit, I want in there.
No,
I want in there so bad. I'm looking it up right now.
There's basically only one guy who posts, and it's his. He just posts his podcasts.
No,
Des
I don't do any of that
Moines
stuff.
podcast.
I hope that it pops up and says Michael Beck wants to join it, and if he does, I will.
Woo, podcasters of Des Moines, 34 people.
Yeah,
bam.
Oh, I just got a notification.
But bam, hit that button.
Oh my gosh.
I am.
Nope, it's not.
I'll guarantee that someone would tell you that this is the worst way to do a podcast when you're talking about a group and you don't even want to
Man.
be a part of.
Other people outside of Des Moines, please join the
You
Des
know
Moines
what
podcast
you know what group
that
you-
would be a big fuck you to everybody else.
would
Would
be
be if we
super
had a bunch
funny.
of our listeners join the Des Moines podcast group. Like, who
You know what
are
group-
these
You
people?
know what group you do want to be a part of?
10 Cents Podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Group.
Join the group.
Screw the page. It's worthless. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Facebook.
Facebook can't let anybody say any of our shit
I might need
anyways.
another drink. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Oh,
I'm
man,
out of,
sparkling
I'm
water
out
is
of fancy water.
I told myself I was going to buy a case of water and just leave it right here.
Yep.
Because I always forget.
He's not waiting.
Can you grab me a glass of water? Yes, for sure. Like 100%.
The show is completely off the rails.
That's fine, Robbie. How are you doing, Robbie?
I've been pretty good. Been busy.
Yeah.
Work's been crazy. It took me until 1 o'clock.
You were
this
supposed
afternoon.
to go to Jersey.
New Jersey
tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna book my ticket this afternoon and then fly out first thing in the morning.
That's cheap. I've heard.
It's not my
I've
money.
heard. Yeah, I know.
Actually, it wasn't that bad,
No, that's fair.
but we decided against it because of
Probably the right.
yeah.
choice.
No, we were forcing it too fast.
Did I leave for 2 seconds and hear you say, "How are you, Robbie"? Was that how you maintained?
He literally
Yeah.
never has asked me that in
Oh,
my
it's
entire
not-
fucking
I don't think
life.
that's true. I've asked you that before.
Never.
No,
We'd hang out all the time. We used to
Bro.
hang out like every day. Never
Bro.
once was it like, "How you doing?"
bro.
You don't know. You don't care.
You didn't want me to ask you that.
Oh, I don't care.
Every-
That was
Everybody-
like the most awkward thing I've ever done to you.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
I heard it from the other room and it hurt.
He's like, "Did he really just ask that? You're fucking weirdo."
Everybody asked, "Where is Robbie?" Not "How is Robbie?"
Where is he? Not here.
Can I hug him or what's up?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
fine.
all they want. They just want to give him a hug. They don't want to
fine.
ask how he is, how his day was.
Would have been weird to hug you across the table.
I was trying to find
Doesn't
like
play well on a podcast.
I tried to find a vintage like hugs not drugs shirt,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a legitimate Dare T-shirt.
That'd be super funny.
It was like $35.
Of course it is.
Vintage. Like I'm not paying for that.
No.
All right, let's move it on. Should we do some news?
There was one more thing you were going to talk about. The Champ Carvers.
No, I already did.
that was,
WRL.
yeah.
There's only one champ car race we're doing. That's the Road to America one.
Gotcha.
Right now, the plan is for 3
screwed
events
that
this year with the neon. We'll see how the first one goes. But there's the Road America in April, and then the other 2 are WRL events.
Sorry, I missed that.
I think the car will be more competitive in WRL, and I think that that's
cool.
probably where we're going to end up long term as a team.
That's awesome. Yeah, then you can be there with like Booney and stuff.
Right. Because champ cars classing is done on displacement,
Oh,
and it's stupid.
well, if
We're racing with an Ecotec swapped Miata that makes double our horsepower and was 10 seconds a lap faster than us.
Oh, then forget that. Yeah, no,
If they can keep that car together, there's no way we can win.
right. Well, Booney's invited me to hang out with them, so if I can get a weekend where I'm not racing or doing things, I'd love to just be there. So
They're a good time.
yeah, I plan on being at least one if I can.
News items.
Sure.
Let's do it. This is a quick one we threw on here because actually this news is from 2 weeks ago, so it's not really news anymore. But anyway, we saw this come
Was
out.
it ever?
No, it's never really that current.
That's the best part.
Travis Reeder is going to be running in, well, first of all, he's going to be in full pro Formula Drift, and he's going to be running an electric car for
Yes.
2019.
An electric Camaro they're calling the EL1. See what they did there?
Yes,
do you see what they did there?
yes,
Is
I
that a
saw
pun?
it.
Does
Yes.
that hurt you?
Yep, I'm out.
Okay.
I was open to the idea until I realized it was a pun. Now I'm out. So Napoleon Motorsports has built this pun car, or whatever, and yeah, they've
I can't find
contacted
a picture of it
Reeder.
I don't think it exists.
completely. This is the best
I
picture
think
I can get is a shell of it.
That's probably the most complete picture that is currently on the market.
Okay.
I'm looking at the same picture, so
Okay. Okay.
yep,
I
there
feel
we go.
It might exist.
It looks like a carbon fiber shell, but that's probably just black.
I think it's just black with a reflection. But yeah, no, the door might be carbon fiber, and the fenders might be carbon fiber.
Right.
So this will be interesting.
I think that electric cars make more sense in drifting than
Anything?
other motorsports. I think the 2 places that they make the most sense are drifting and autocross.
Yeah. I would
Yep,
agree.
short stints,
Yep.
simple,
Torque.
a lot of torque.
I think that's important.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's electric cars.
Lots
in
of
a
times
nutshell.
to charge them.
Yeah, there's plenty of time between runs. You're not going to use up all your battery capacity anyway, most likely, unless you're really like looking for every last ounce.
Even then, you should be.
Yeah,
Fine.
Maybe think about not doing it that way.
It may be too much.
Yeah, I bet
I think-
you have to regulate torque on those.
I think that You know, Formula Drift's already there.
They're at the max, yeah.
Yeah, they're without a jump in tire technology or like straight up cheater drift tires. You can't really go any farther on tires.
No. So this is what you get. So yeah, this there's not really any information on this. It's just they announced it. Travis Reeder's in Pro 1. He's got an electric car. It's a Camaro. That's basically it.
I'm interested in seeing this.
Yeah, I am too.
It's going to be kind of less. Part of me thinks it's going to be less interesting because part of what's so cool about drifting is, you know, the noises. The cars slamming off of rev limiters and wastegates just fucking throwing out flames and all that. You know, it's very visceral, and this is going to lack that.
Yeah, it's just gonna be
To like
smoke.
that doesn't bother me in like a Formula E as much as I think it will in drifting.
Yeah, I would
Because
agree.
I think it's more important in drifting than it is in other forms of motorsports.
I think it's going to sound super weird
It's for sure gonna
with the
sound super
tires
weird.
and the electric whining noise together. I think it's going to be
It's
super
just
weird.
going to be a supercharger and tire noise.
Not even a
basically
good
what-
supercharger,
No,
like a
it's-
little teeny tiny supercharger. But I think that noise that tires make is a weird noise, and we just don't hear it.
When it's just that noise, it is
Yeah.
strange.
And I think it's going to be odd.
Yeah.
Like during his qualifying runs, I think it'll be like, ooh, that's weird.
Yeah, that would be strange.
But maybe better. Who
I hope-
knows?
I hope
Maybe-
that they
maybe
don't,
better.
like-
Maybe it'll be great.
I hope they don't like slap the Pikes Peak thing on there where he's like, well, you got to have a siren.
I would hope not.
That would suck.
Or just go flying, be-doo, be-doo, going by you.
That is an interesting point because a lot of drifting is listening to the other car. How do you do that?
You can't. I think that there's a competitive advantage to that when it comes to tandems.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, that's adding an interesting element, taking away the engine note for everybody involved.
He's going to be creeping on you.
Yeah. But I was thinking more if you're following and he lets off the throttle,
You don't know.
you'll be a little surprised. So maybe you'll have to give him some more space.
I think
Maybe
that they're
maybe he's onto something.
they might have to rewrite some rules about brake lights and stuff like that for these cars or something. I don't know. How do you fix that problem? I guess you don't. You just
Yeah.
I don't know what you do about
I
that.
hope they got a lot of body panels for that car because
I think he's going to get run into a lot. I personally really do. I don't think he's going to
realistically.
I don't think he's going to freight train people, but because I just don't think he has the grip. But the torque on demand thing's an interesting concept as well.
You could basically pick like the torque number you want, say 700 foot-pounds, and have it
Right there.
all the time. You don't have to wait for your turbo to come on. You don't have to blow a bunch of nitrous in it like Kevin does. It's just there.
You don't have to blow up 6 engines a year.
Right. Did you see the picture that Kevin posted today of his RB without the head on it?
What did it say? Like, if you
If
find
you
this,
can read this,
Yeah.
I blew up
I blew up, and he wrote it on top of the pistons.
on each one of the 6 pistons. RB things.
It's a lot of.
At least he's
He's having fun with it.
having fun with it, right?
Well, they're doing a lot of. They're doing some stuff there. I
yeah,
mean,
he's
not
getting
being
buck
nice.
wild and crazy.
Not being nice to those engines. I mean, you should probably just go with an LS, but that's cool, man. I mean, if you want to keep doing that, that's fine.
Honestly, I think that it's good from a fan perspective not to.
Yeah, I like
For
that.
him-
I think
like
it's
the
good
RV.
for his brand.
Yeah, that's
For
what I
sure.
mean. Like it's because there's gonna be people out there who are like, fuck that. At least he's not in an LS.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
So I think that'll be the same for. I think he's gonna have a harder time, but that'll be the same for the Corvette or for the Camaro here. It's different. Do you think that the
That's
drifting
interesting, yeah.
community will accept that car quicker than the road racing community?
It will definitely come down to how he.
Because
You know, this
it's
is-
different and
this is-
unique.
This is an interesting turning point for drifting again. I
Have
think,
you read
because-
any of the comments of any of these posts yet?
No, because I just saw this afternoon.
Yeah, so did I.
So you've got the people that are like low style heroes, old school
Street
Japanese
style.
street style. There's those guys, and then there's like what Ryan would call the American drifting style people, which would be what we're experiencing in 2018 in Formula Drift. But I
Right.
think then you're going to have another rift where people really don't like this car, but I think it's going to have some useful application competitively. And so somebody else is going to have the idea of maybe we should do this. You know, I think purely from the sake of like, okay, so if you're a guy like Chris Forsberg, who's run a pretty successful campaign for a long time, and you tell him, hey, you don't have to think about, you know, how quickly can you get your alternator off? How quickly can you get your water pump off? How quickly can you, you know, whatever.
Replace your head gasket.
Right. Because that's it.
It's just sitting.
It's
over
just there. It's just this cylinder, it spins, it makes power.
Painfully reliable.
That's it. That's all you do.
Yeah.
To that guy, I think you're going to have you're going to have to think about, does this make sense from a marketing perspective? I think it probably makes sense from a running a team perspective. And so you're going to have a new divide now between people that accept this technology and those that want to keep using 1,000 horsepower gasoline powered engines for drifting. And this is a very interesting development in this sport.
There's definitely a budgetary thing to it. It might be more expensive up front to build the car, but I think long term it might come back around.
Yeah, I think it will for sure.
I would actually like to know what the car costs, you know, versus Turk's car or something like that.
I mean, really, in all reality, with the engine program that some of those cars run, do you think it's really cheaper?
I'm sure it's not.
Like,
I'm sure neither one of them.
How much money do you think is in ASBO's engine?
A flying fuck ton. Because
It's
it's Papadakis.
It's a 1,000 horsepower four banger.
I didn't fucking win that auction either.
Nope.
Speaking
that
of,
was a steal for that car.
what did it go for?
45.
That's
or
so
something like that.
cheap.
So cheap, but there's no market for that
Right.
car.
What? Okay, so I buy that car.
The people who want that car couldn't dream of a $45,000 car.
Drift car, yeah.
Okay, so I buy the 2017 ASBO drift car.
You're gonna take that to O
1,000
Drift.
horsepower. What the fuck do I do with it?
You
now?
take it to O Drift Collective and you turn it way down.
I take it to a tuner and go, least horsepower I will make. The least
500, please.
less
Wastegate
than
pressure.
500 horsepower. Take the turbo off if you have
4
to.
psi.
Throw that nitrous away. No, we're not doing any of that.
I
And
need
then-
this motor to last.
And then when it blows up, now
Tough.
what do you do?
Tough.
Now what do you do? I can't believe that $1,500 bid on that wasn't good. You sent that the night before and it was at $1,200 and I was like, it'd be really funny to bid on that. And then I went to bed. And then I woke up in the morning, it was $1,500. I was like,
That should be.
all right, yeah, I'll bid on it. Screw
Fuck
it.
it. You know you're gonna get out.
You know what sucks? I was legit. I knew I was, but I was legit into playing with it up to like $5,000. Like I
Yeah,
was. I was
why not?
legit.
Yeah.
The next bid was 5,000. I was like, dude, come on, man.
At least,
Right?
at least
Let's
let me
go back
have
and
it.
forth
Yeah.
a little bit.
Let me
Let
have
me
it.
have some fun here.
Like,
yeah,
I gotta have podcast material, man. You just totally blew up my spot. I'm so pissed.
Yep.
That sucks. Oh well. All right, I think that's it on that one.
I
right?
think so.
Do you see we got a 2J swap Supra already?
I was actually gonna say something about that. Daigo.
Yeah.
He's already got a TJ in his 2020.
Yep. That was an exceptionally short period of time. Very short.
Like, do you think that Toyota gave him that car before the rest of us?
Yeah, I think
Had
that's
to
what
have.
happened. Maybe they gave him the car with no body panels on it or something like that,
Yeah, I don't know.
so that nobody really knew what he was doing.
It's quite clearly going to have a ridiculous wide body kit on it because the tires
It
are
looks
like
great.
5 or 6 inches wider than the car is right now.
Well,
Yep.
they posted the picture of it. It is wide body. It looks.
Oh,
great.
I haven't seen
looks-
it.
looks
All I've seen is like the very in construction.
Um,
Or maybe they gave
It's
one
not
to-
that silver one, is it?
is this
No,
one?
that's a Rocket Bunny one.
That's a Rocket Bunny kit.
Isn't that it?
Oh, I haven't seen
Yeah,
that.
that's it. That's it right
I
there.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it
rendering.
looks really good with the wide body.
Black and red and silver with
Is that a
green
rendering?
wheels.
No, I think
No, that's legit.
that's legit.
So the car's finished.
Yeah, I believe so. Should be like 800 horse or something like that.
It better be. Isn't he the one that drifted the Mercy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had the Lambo.
Yep.
Such a wild world. we
Dude's
live in.
living in a different dimension, that's for sure. But that's cool.
That was the best sounding drift car.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It made no sense at all. It makes zero sense. But it's
Probably
pretty cool.
was a bad drift car.
It probably was a terrible drift car. And I'm sure
But
he will be
that-
very
that-
happy
that
with this
YouTube,
chassis.
That YouTube video got like a
It was
billion
totally
views.
worth the YouTube views, yes.
I think
Everybody
he-
knows who he is now.
Competitively ran it, didn't he?
I thought he
in
did.
FD Japan.
Oh, I can't speak to that. I don't know. I don't follow FD Japan very closely.
Right.
But maybe. I don't know. I saw it a lot of places. He was running it with Bagsy. There's several maybe not several, but there's at least one video of him and Bagsy because he was running the
That
LS
GTR?
swapped GTR as a Brit, which is kind of confusing, but he was doing that.
You got to do what you got to do.
People were not very happy about it.
I loved it.
I think it's cool. All right. The new Koenigsegg Jesko is here.
Love it.
It is
Wonderful.
awesome. It is the best.
So good.
It's just the best. That's all there is to it.
So there's a bunch of really cool technical details about this thing. The transmission
Yep.
is otherworldly.
It's a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
I feel like being in 24th
At any time.
gear. Like right now, I just want to be in 24th gear, and you just flip some switches like a bicycle.
No,
and
it will decide
right, it does
what
it on its
gear
own.
it will decide what gear it needs to be in for maximum acceleration at that point in time.
That's right. I forgot it was automatic. Like,
But it has 6 clutches
Yeah.
to choose all the gears for different
And
things.
they build it in house. I assume they print it in house.
yeah, there's probably.
I
printed
just
parts.
love the fact that Christian von Koenigsegg can have a conversation where he goes, "We need a transmission that does this," and they go, "Oh, nobody can even conceive of that transmission." He goes, "Great,
Aha!
let's build it," and then he builds it, and then he charges like
He's
$1 billion for it. He's a fucking
the
genius.
Coolest dude alive.
He's literally the coolest dude alive.
Yes.
There is no doubt. He's cooler
There's no
than
question.
he's cooler than the not real Tony Stark.
The other thing that
Yeah.
the other detail about this, the other technical detail about this that blew my mind, I was like, why has no one thought of this? Compressed air tanks that shoot air into the turbos to spool them up instantly. 200 psi of air it can shoot into the turbos to spool them so there's no lag.
That's crazy.
It's annoying when he thinks of things because you go, "Ugh."
Why has nobody thought of that?
That's a great
It's
idea.
such a simple, I mean, it's not simple,
No, but
but like
the
on
technology
paper,
exists.
on paper, it's such a simple solution to a problem. It's a wild solution, like in practice.
Yeah, then you have to have a compressed air tank next to you.
Yeah,
Which
with
is not-
200 psi air
Which is
in
not super fun.
That's meh.
it. So cool.
How much is in one of those hydrogen tanks? Like 60 billion psi. How many psi was that? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It's a
It was.
lot.
It's a bomb, basically.
Yeah, if you hit
It's
it
fine.
just
Don't worry
wrong.
about it.
200 psi.
Of air.
It might
It'll blow up too. It's fine.
blow your fingers off or something. But what are you
It's probably
worried
in a
about?
carbon fiber tank though, so it's not like the.
It's in a Christian von Koenigsegg certified tank, so
It'll be fine. It's probably the safest part of the car.
yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, when it can do 300 miles an hour.
Hasn't been proven yet.
Yeah, let's face it here, people. If there's a car that's going to do it that's in production
It's
right
right
now,
there.
or even is close to being in production, that's the one that's most likely to do it.
Yeah.
I have little to no faith that Hennessy's car will
Not even
ever exist
close.
in real numbers.
No.
And by real numbers, I mean more than two. Because that's the hypercar world. You got to have at least 5 before I'll really consider it a production car in the hypercar level. I think that's my number.
Oh, yeah, I'll go with that.
5's low for me.
But it's a
20,
hypercar.
25.
No, because there's
It
so
sh- it
many.
should be
Dude, there's
25,
so many
but-
cars that exist at that level that didn't get 25.
Well, you can't just say like, yeah, it's a production car. We made 2. Like that doesn't count. I think
gotta make
like
5.
people throw around that production car word like it's
Like it's-
we made some. Like no, that's not. It doesn't mean anything. Like you have to make
You
several
need to
of them.
produce some.
There's-
There should be a car club. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Not at that price level, though.
They're gonna make
Except that they're
125
all
of
that
these.
price. Yeah,
That's
they're
what they
all
want
that price
to make.
now.
Will they sell 125?
Yes, I bet they're
sold
sold out.
out. I guarantee you cannot buy one
Man,
of
we
these.
live in a wild world.
His wait list is like 10 years long.
I know that's what's out of control. That guy could build.
Doesn't matter. It's people.
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
think-
sold out before it's even
It's
finished.
$3 million.
So I think this car has the free valve technology in it.
Yep.
So it has no cams, which is wild. And I think the future of combustion engines, if we continue along this course, which I don't think that we are quite at the point where we cannot,
Right.
it still looks like a Koenigsegg, which I'm happy about. I love this thing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and the wing coming off of the center like that.
So wild.
Let's try to find a better picture of it. Hold on. Just screw around with this for a bit.
Michael's typing things. Are you searching for stuff, or what are you doing over there?
Yeah, I was looking at. For some reason, that Top Gear article didn't say anything about the free valve, which kind of seemed like a.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's probably something.
It is, right? It is a free
Well,
valve
that's what I was
car.
just looking up.
I swear
the
it
drive
is.
says it's a free valve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a big
I'd be
deal.
more
Like, why
surprised
would,
if it wasn't.
yeah, why would you not? That's kind of important information. Why would you not include that in the article? That's all I'm saying.
So the name Restco,
Jesco.
why did I think it was R? Is the name of his dad. Did you see how far he went to keep that hidden from him?
Yeah, they like gave him
They
fake
made
press
him
releases
a
and stuff.
fake press release because he was so inquisitive about the car before Geneva.
Yep.
So Christian had him strike up a fake press release with a different name because he wanted to surprise his dad,
Yeah,
which I think is super cool.
that is awesome. And by the way, you'll never beat that. So no one's gonna give a better Father's Day present.
No, that's
than that.
the best.
No free valve.
Really?
Nope.
So the
So
drive,
the drive
is
is
wrong.
wrong.
No. Google compressed several things in that article together to make it look like it had in the Google
course it
preview.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah,
course
so there
it
was
did.
another article later on about the next car that they're making. It's going to
Oh.
be cheaper. It's supposed to have free valve.
Gotcha.
This doesn't have free valve though.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know why. but
Fair enough.
That's yes.
I'm sure he just doesn't feel like it's ready yet.
It's been ready for like 10 years. He made like 6 transmissions between now and then. What are they? What
He's
are
got
they
a
doing?
transmission with 6 clutches in it.
And he's got a transmission with a giant rubber band in it, or whatever the deal was.
It's
with
not-
the-
No, it's a torque
not, yeah, I'll say it's
converter.
not even a.
oh, it's a giant torque converter.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not even a
He
transmission.
literally invents 2 new transmissions.
It's not even a transmission.
No, it's
He can't even make air move valves. I don't know what's going on over there. That must be somebody else's project. They're failing miserably.
I don't know. He seemed pretty proud of it on his YouTube videos that the drive made.
The free valve?
Yeah, he that inside Koenigsegg that
Yeah.
drive made. There was like a whole article, or I think there was a whole episode of that show dedicated to him talking about free valve, and it was in like a little 4-banger Saab.
Well, I think somebody else owned that. He bought that technology.
Yeah, he did.
So that's why it was in the Saab.
I wonder where his capital came from.
Oh, I used to know this because it's on the Apex.
He used to work for
documentary.
Lamborghini, didn't he?
On Netflix, there's a documentary.
Yeah,
Apex.
I watched that, but I don't remember.
It's been a long
that
time.
part of it. Yeah,
It's been a long time.
long
But he used
time.
to be an
I-
engineer for Lamborghini, right?
Something like that. I don't think
Nope.
No,
that's the guy. That's the Zonda guy.
Yeah, that's Zonda.
Yep.
Horatio Pagani.
Anyway, there's a lot of Googling. Should we move on to the next story?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Texas town finds that yellow lights cut traffic violations.
Longer.
No shit.
Longer yellow lights.
Yeah, I like how they had to do a long-term study. I was like, you just had to hire a fucking statistician to be not. This is not.
You could
hard
hire a
thing.
homeless guy to stand there.
I mean,
So-
if you legitimately wanted to get the exact optimal answer, you would set up a test and you'd have different streetlights even in different towns. So you have some streetlights that go yellow for 2 seconds, then you have one that goes for 3 seconds, and then you have some that go for 4 or 5, and then you just get all the data and you just take it and you run it into your statistics program, and it would give you the optimal number based on your results. It's not fucking hard.
So they increased it by 1 second.
Yes.
And what was the decrease in ticket numbers? Did they say? It was significant.
The
dramatic.
numbers
wasn't it?
bounced around. Nobody gave like a statistically significant change, which was kind of
really?
annoying. Yeah. So before the change, the highest recorded month was 91 violations. The violations bounced from 19 to 40 after the change. Accidents went up, but again, by what I would assume is a statistically insignificant amount of from 5 to 7.
Yeah, probably had nothing to do
And
with
so I don't
Yeah,
know,
that
like,
can't-
okay, so there's a trend with the violations, and I would say probably not with the accidents, but did they pay somebody for this information? Because this information, in my opinion, is worthless.
Yeah.
Unless you can draw a conclusion, like a real conclusion saying there's a 95% certainty that increasing your yellow light for 1 second will reduce violations by, give me a number.
They didn't have enough
That's
data
a
for that.
complete fucking worthless exercise that I'm sure that they spent tax money on.
A lot of tax money.
Ah, shit drives me nuts.
No.
So I think this is something that should be federally standardized. Ames has notoriously long yellow lights.
Yeah, they're like 4 full seconds.
Yeah, and it's really annoying predominantly driving in Ames and then going other places.
I've almost consistently, when I was living in Ames, I would get used to it, go back to Northwest Iowa, and run a red light in Sioux Center every time I went.
Yeah. Yeah.
because I would be used to the 4 seconds.
That's something that,
Because 2 centers is 2.
yeah.
Boop.
Dude, I swear some of the yellow lights in Ames are longer than the green lights. I swear, dude. I'm convinced of these things. They're crazy. It's great. But it's really frustrating as a driver.
Yeah, they should be a standard number, and they should be enough data like going
I
off
think
and not just
that
one
the argument
crosswalk.
is you're supposed to stop when the light. You're supposed to begin your stopping if the light is yellow. You're not supposed to
No, but
accelerate.
it needs to be long enough that you can have a fraction of a second to make a decision. Can I safely stop, or do I need to get through this?
No,
Yeah.
I think what they tell you to do is you're supposed to clear the intersection.
Yeah.
It didn't tell you to stop. It tells you to clear the intersection.
Right.
So don't fucking plow into
Right.
it, doing 100 miles an hour. But
You,
tell me
you
how
what
to
does a yellow light mean? Sorry, this is just the Google show.
But yeah,
You're not wrong.
you need that fraction of a second to make the decision of is it what's the safe option,
Yeah.
and if it's 2 seconds, it's not long enough.
Right. I mean, the realistic thing is you either need long enough yellow lights that you can make that decision, or you need those lights that are like down the road a little ways that start flashing when the lights are about to
Yeah.
turn yellow, which is
That only works when you're going 65 miles an hour.
and it's
though.
stupid. It's a ton of wasted money.
Right.
You don't want that.
Oh, yeah, like I said, this is a statistics problem where you just need enough of a data set where you can just plug it in and then run a bunch of simulations and then have it give you a spit out number that says the optimal number is 3.8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not fine. The internet doesn't know.
But
about
when
yellow lights either.
when you hire a government person to do this job instead of hiring
No,
a
no, no.
statistician,
It's way too. You got to make
this
it
is what you get.
complicated and
You get-
wasteful.
You get them to spend a long-term study on one intersection.
It was just one intersection?
Yes.
I missed that part. That's hilarious. That's not. You got to do like.
It's got to be multiple intersections with different variables.
It's got to be multiple intersections across multiple towns, multiple states,
Yes.
like large.
Yeah, because
Areas.
the way a certain area drives is going to be different than when other areas.
I can tell you, Texas is filled with crazy people when it comes to roads. There was one time when I was down there like 10 years ago. I was driving along the interstate in Dallas, and there was an ambulance coming up on me, and he had his lights going and all that stuff. So I was in the inside lane, and I'd slow down, to give the guy his room.
Yeah.
And there was some dude who was right behind me, and he kind of got pinched off by me slowing down in the ambulance. So he went around the backside of the ambulance to the third lane and then past the ambulance.
Wow.
Sirens blaring, lights going, and he's just like, fuck this. I don't have time for your bullshit ambulance. I'm going to pass you. It's complete insanity,
That's a special kind of ticket they should get.
right?
I'm pretty sure you get one.
You should
legitimately
yield-
get a special
you
ticket
need
for
to
that.
yield to emergency services.
Well, then even now in Iowa, it's illegal not to get over for someone on the side of the road, even
Yeah.
if it's not an emergency.
Yeah. Which, if
if it's an option, you absolutely have to.
If I knew a sheriff, I would have him hide in front of my truck all the time, because there are an insanely huge percentage of our population that does not follow that law,
Right.
and it makes me so mad.
It happened to me twice in the last week where all the lanes were full, and then like the car in front of me was like a truck or something. I didn't see the car on the side of the road, so I'm like slowing down as much as I possibly can without getting rear-ended from the car in front of me.
Yeah.
Because I can't get over.
Nope.
Because there's a car next to me.
Yep.
So I'm going like 40 on the interstate, like, this is still wrong. I need to be over.
I think the law is move over.
Or slow down.
Yeah, I think it might be and.
Yeah. You need to make an effort to not run over whoever's standing next to the side of the road.
Right.
And I tried to.
And that's me when I work every day.
Yes.
I hate it.
I get
You know what else is illegal?
Like,
Putting your
tons of
fucking
things.
tags around the outside of your license plate like some sort of
It's like instead of just covering
fucking
the one
degenerate.
before.
Cover them. It goes in
Peel
the
the old
corner.
one off.
It goes in the corner. If you can't peel the old one off, put
Cover
it over
it.
the top of it. Don't pepper your plate with this rainbow of every year that you've owned this car because fucking blah, 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 and you suck at life and all this shit. Like,
I saw somebody who had
why? Like, we
had-
don't give a fuck if you owned this 1993 Ford Taurus for 6 years. Nobody gives a shit.
I saw someone who had done that and kind of ran out of space and rotated the plates, which is also illegal.
Oh my gosh.
So put the front plate on the back and started putting stickers on it.
Wow.
I think we should be able to publicly,
Shame you.
with Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, this needs to be like Singapore. Just cane them.
I've been trying to think about, because the thing that annoys me most about driving on the interstate is when people crash into each other and then shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, that's
So I was trying to figure out what's something we could do to people that, like, if you had a flat tire and you're fucking up the traffic that day, like, that sucks. You drew a bad card that day, but people can still do shit to you because you're fucking up all the traffic.
But that's not my fault.
Throw lettuce at
You
him.
drew a bad card that day.
No,
Yes,
fuck that.
you drew a bad
No,
card that
fuck
day.
that.
I'll participate in it as well.
No,
I will participate
But
in
if,
it as
like,
well. If
but
you're
if you-
fucking up the flow of traffic, if you had a flat tire and you're fucking up the next 2,000 people's day because you had a flat tire,
but
too fucking bad,
dude,
man.
So if I get a flat tire and I pull off the road and I'm still disrupting traffic, that's traffic's fault.
No, because they have to get over.
Yeah, because they have to get over. So now you've decreased the flow of traffic.
That's not.
Bernoulli's principle.
It's a bottleneck.
right?
No,
It's
no,
a
no, no,
bottleneck.
no, no,
It's a
no.
bottleneck.
I'm
You're
not.
going to
I am
slow
not
down. No.
supporting this because
No.
I'm the one with the fucking flat tires
No.
all the fucking time.
No.
because I have the worst luck. I will not support this.
Too bad.
I'm handing
Here's
out
the thing.
free eggs.
I don't know what it is.
No.
You can't like
No,
physically
no, no,
really
no,
hurt
no,
somebody.
no.
no. It's
And they're being berated constantly by this.
Yeah,
Like,
and
take
you know what that is?
235.
That's going to slow you
throw
down
popcorn.
even more to fixing the
No,
problem.
it's got to be somewhere between popcorn and eggs.
a tomato.
Throw something at them.
No, tomatoes are like right up there with eggs.
Tomato would hurt.
Okay,
If like somebody threw
Also,
a tomato
like
at
if
them.
I'm on my
one.
way to work and I'm getting peppered with tomatoes, then I have to go home again.
You drew a bad card that day, dude.
Fuck that.
People would pay attention.
Marshmallow
Dude, all I ever
If
do,
you
is
knew-
all
if you
I
knew-
ever do is draw bad cards.
Listen, no, this solves the distracted driving problem. Because if you knew, it does. If you
No, it
knew,
doesn't. That's
if you-
more
no,
distracted.
if you knew that if you were texting and you rear-ended the person in front of you and you shut down the interstate because you're a jackass,
that's fine. I wholeheartedly support that. But a flat tire,
no,
that's
it's
not
non-discriminatory.
No,
I don't know
that's-
what they did.
that's-
There's not a police officer that's like, all right, listen, guys, here's what happened. And he explains it to everybody. We're all waiting. Like, do we throw this at this guy or not? No, fuck it. It's across the board. Trust me, people
No.
will pay attention to what they're
No.
doing. If there's a
I can't
possibility
support this.
that Robbie's going to come flinging rotten eggs at your ass because you're on the side of the road, I'm 100%. There's no.
I won't support it.
The side note is there's no ticket. You got to take it up with your insurance company. Whatever happened, one way or the other. There's no citation for it, but you're covered in something.
No, there needs to be citations for accidents. You need to be like
tarred and feathered.
Ooh, that's interesting. What about? I was thinking sand, but that
Here's
sounds
a-
really painful.
here's something
What
I-
about?
Here's something I debated with a coworker yesterday that I think is pertinent to the conversation, but more realistic. Why don't cops have like square readers?
To
pay
just
your
take your
ticket
money.
right then
That's
and
how they
there.
do it in other countries.
So, because an overwhelming percentage of a ticket is like court administrative fees. If I pay
Adam, you're asking a
If I
question
pay it
about the
up
efficiency
front,
of our government.
if I
Are you
pay,
going to
if I'm
answer?
like,
You going to ask
if
this
I'm like,
question?
if okay, so I got pulled over for not having a front license plate. Ticket's $65. You get the court and administrative fees. It's now $95. If I go, all right, here's my debit card, and he swipes it, and it's $65. They take the $30 off the top, and I can move on with my life, and he can move on with his life, and everybody's paid, and everybody's fucking happy. What's wrong with that?
Our government's broke.
You're gonna have a $30 square fee.
Our government's not even broke. There's no money. There's negative money.
Right. No, I'm
So that's
aware.
never gonna happen. That's never gonna work. They're trying to figure out ways to screw you out of
But
other
dude,
money.
if you can pay for it right up front and it's all digitally transacted, it cuts out people, which
Yeah.
saves money.
People with jobs.
Fuck those people.
I get that.
We can find other things.
I'm
for
not
them to
saying. I'm
do.
not saying.
They can walk around tar and feathering people for having fucking
No,
flat tires
we get
because you're
to
a
do that.
douche.
We get to do that.
You're an
it's way
asshole.
more efficient. My system is super efficient. Not only that, but it uses, if we decide rotten produce, right? It gives us a use for that now.
I won't support this.
My idea is great, and if
No,
it
it's
happens
not.
to me, that sucks for me that day.
No, because that's like twice a week for me.
The people that are crashing into each other because they're texting need real repercussions, and it is
Yes.
public shaming.
And if there's two cars parked on the side of the road, throw it at the back one.
No, because I've seen some people do some. No.
If I'm sitting on the side of the road with a flat
we
tire,
don't
the
know.
last thing I need is to be pelted with produce, slowing me down and making traffic worse for longer.
But it vilifies me because I'm already driving 5 miles an hour.
You're preventing another accident from road rage out of your anger.
True. I feel better now.
No.
Yes,
I won't
other people
support
feel
this.
better.
Just
we
'cause
come
you're
together.
an asshole.
We come together as a community.
Nah, man.
Everybody else is like,
Damn.
We are
Holy
getting
shit,
a
that was crazy.
storm in March.
This is, you know what's going to suck is that the power is going to go out.
That's
and then we're going to
Yeah,
have
we
to stop
should
this show.
Try to
Let's
wrap
keep
this up
moving.
so
Let's
I
keep
can
going.
get going
Yeah,
home.
let's keep going.
'Cause
All right.
This shit's getting out of control. And
My
I got a
idea is
3-year-old
great.
That's going to lose his mind.
It's going to bring the world together.
No, it's
world
dumb.
peace.
I speak
world
everything
peace.
about it.
Volvo will be limiting your next car to 112 miles an hour.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, there's no.
I've said so many nice things about Volvo over the last 2 years. Why would they do this to me?
No, we
Who
haven't.
drives their Volvo 112 miles an hour?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I might.
This isn't.
They
gonna
make a
affect-
hot version.
This
Yeah,
isn't
but-
going to affect anybody.
I wrote Volvo off when they didn't bring cars to an auto show.
Yes.
I was done with them
yep,
then.
You're right.
And I'm still done with them.
We're still done
now.
with them. Yep. So it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. It's stupid though. But
There are countries where
Honestly-
you can do 112 miles an hour and you will not be able to do that in your
Yeah,
Volvo.
they use the Autobahn in Germany as an example. It's like that's like
You're talking about the one in Australia that we talked about a few
it's like
weeks ago?
3 miles long. Did
yeah,
I said Germany.
You said Germany.
Yeah,
he's
we
joking
said
about
Australia,
the
yeah.
Austria joke thing.
wherever the Autobahn is. But yeah,
It's in Germany.
It's only like 3
Or
miles.
Austria.
There's only 3 miles of unregulated road right
It's
now.
more than
And
it's more than 3 miles.
It's only when the traffic conditions are right.
and you're still not driving your Volvo because it takes you like forever to get there. It doesn't matter. And you
This
got
is
the
a
same-
very interesting argument coming from you two who are adamantly against self-driving cars. And this is just step one.
What does that have to do with self-driving cars?
Okay, so a car company is limiting what you can do with a car.
No, I honestly am shocked and amazed that not only is it 112, which in all reality is kind of a high number,
Yeah, I expect
but
it to be less.
took this long.
Yes.
If they're gonna do this, they should give like an incentive, like an insurance break, like what they do with truckers.
My Cavalier was limited to like 93 miles an hour. Or something
Right. So this
stupid.
isn't new. A lot of cars are limited.
I'm surprised that that's not across the board and a lower number than 112, and that it took this long for someone who is as safety driven as Volvo.
Yeah. They want no Volvo caused vehicle deaths by 2020.
Right.
Cool story, bro. I'm just saying.
You're feeling quite like
No, I'm just saying like this
sassy
is
tonight, aren't
exactly
you?
what Alex Roy was talking about. Is it's just they're going to slowly whittle away at your rights at driving a car
Yeah.
until you don't have any anymore. So this is just step one.
When it comes to
You have
max-
perfectly in Germany and Austria. You perfectly have the right to drive more than 112 miles an hour. There is a legal scenario where that exists, and now
Yeah.
you cannot do that in a Volvo. That's step one.
But that affects like such a small percentage of the population that.
Yeah, but
cares?
the next step is okay. Now it's 85.
No, I agree with you.
and
I think
now it's going to be.
I think it's bad.
You don't
but
get
I
to
still
drive your-
maintain that I can't believe it took this long,
No, I agree with that statement.
and I still think that 112 is a high number.
Yeah, I guess I'm not as dramatically against speed limiters on street driven cars like that in all reality.
I don't want to hear a single bitching out of either one of you if the day comes when we don't drive our cars anymore.
Why am I getting
I'll be
lumped
bitching.
into this? I'm against.
Okay,
this.
not you then. Fine.
I don't think this is a good thing at all.
No, I am surprised that we have totally unregulated speeds on cars.
It shocks me.
Like what they do for truckers. It should be like if I'm driving a vehicle that's limited to 85 and I get an insurance break for it, that's great. But if I'm driving a brand new 01 that can go 200 miles an hour and I don't get that insurance break because I have a fast fucking car, okay, well that was my
I'm
choice.
also like, I don't support it in any way, shape, or form, but I'm surprised it's not GPS controlled.
That's when to me that's too much. Like I mean, if
Dude,
you're
that is a mere years away.
I know it is. That's too much regulation. Like I understand, like making a car. Like you know what? We don't want a car out there that can go 160 miles an hour on the street. Fair, fine. Your car's your car's maxed out at a
I
certain
actually
speed.
don't even disagree with that statement.
What?
The cars that I do think that we have some cars that are legal on to go as fast as they can on the street. Well, they're not legal, but they're street legal. That should not be able to go as fast as they can because there's too many stupid people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I solved that problem. You throw vegetables at them. I figured that out already.
But if I'm doing a $190 down the interstate, you're not going to be throwing vegetables.
Yeah, there's nothing left when you mess it up.
Hopefully, you learned a lesson.
You only learn.
You
it
learned that
once.
once. Yep.
Yeah, but how many people did you take with you when you learned that lesson?
Well, you driving a Mustang?
Dude, if they got in an accident, they probably got in an accident with another car.
No, you go straight to the pole.
I mean, hopefully.
Point taken. Point taken. My point is that
No, I think
they do just whittle away at stuff really slowly.
No, you're
until-
absolutely
I won't
until it's
disagree
gone.
with that.
100% right.
But speed
That's
limiting
what's
cars, that's not new.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not new. I think the reason
Like
why this is news is because there's a gentleman's agreement in Germany that cars only do 155, which those guys ignore that all the time.
Of course.
Because they're Germans. That doesn't make any sense, does it, actually? They usually stick to rules.
Yeah,
regulations.
they're very like rule driven. Precision.
So I think that's why this is weird, because, I mean, that's significantly less than 155.
They're also not German.
No, I know, but this is a car that a German would buy, potentially.
Do Germans not or buy things that aren't German?
No.
Yeah, apparently that Cadillac that Richard Hammond bought in the last episode of the
Was
Grand Tour
owned
came
by
back.
was owned by a general, an American general,
Oh, that's true.
stationed
That's
in Germany.
Yeah. But he could have driven on the Autobahn.
Yeah.
Point still valid.
Yep.
Not all Germans buy German cars. That's like saying all Americans are fat, which yeah, I
Which
guess
they are.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Moving on. F1 outlines 2 strategic priorities for 2019.
Stupid strategic priorities.
So the first priority is to make it accessible, or make it look as though Formula One is accessible to the masses, and then they want to,
make it look.
yeah, is that the word I used? Because that's the words I meant.
Yeah. Make it look like it's accessible.
And then they also want to champion the technological advances, like the 50% thermal efficiency that Mercedes got out of their engine,
which is
great,
huge.
This is cool.
Striking.
They should
It's a
be
number
advertising.
I
that.
was not aware of.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
Because an engine is thermally inefficient.
Like one of the
by
worst
design. Yes.
things. Because there's explosions inside of it.
Yeah, it's very thermally inefficient.
Right.
So the fact they got 50% is insane.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I think that kind of aiming towards like the nerds and the engineering guys
Yeah.
that like just totally get off on that. That's what they should be focusing on too, to get that, not just the racing guys, but you could also get like the technological guys that are just all about that.
Are those not the same people?
Not always.
I mean,
no.
we've been talking
You'd
about
be
Venn
shocked.
diagrams a lot today. I think that's
a better overlap than him, but
It's just me in there. It's not much comparison.
but you would be shocked at how not competitive like a group of like, if you go into like an engineering class, you got your gearheads,
right.
and then you got like your book guys,
right.
and those guys are not the same guy.
No, you're right.
So I think
I think you're the Venn diagram crossover again. Now
I'm
you're
in the
the
middle.
you're the book gearhead guy.
A little bit, yeah. So I think that's good. But what I'm afraid of is this like appearing to be all inclusive. This is the race series for everybody, man, woman, child.
Yeah.
It could go poorly, where it's that typical like corporate inclusive video like that has, you know, the Asian girl and the black guy, and then just like different races all
It's
shaking
the
hands.
same black guy 3 times.
Yeah,
They
they're,
photoshopped him into different
Yeah, so
spots of the picture.
I see them all the time, and it's
just
just
like pseudo inclusiveness. It's not real. It's bullshit.
It's so like we're a diverse company, and then it's got like
It's that thing
3
when
different colors of people.
You're
sitting
right.
at a
It's that
table.
thing where they're like, "Oh, we support diversity," and then they hand you a pamphlet on it.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so do you really believe in diversity, or do you just have all this marketing material that says you believe in
That's-
diversity?
that's
Keep you
what-
from being sued.
That's what I want them to not do. I want it to be like not focus on like the diversity of Formula One. But like because this could really blow up in their face and make them look really stupid, like they did with their new opening music.
What's that?
It's fucking terrible.
What is
Oh
it?
my god!
Can you can't play
I
it
can't
on the
play
show.
it, but
Yeah,
I can read it.
Isn't there like a famous band that is the music?
Yeah, and it's fucking terrible.
Which one is it? Who is it?
Oh,
I think it's a band. I mean, we're known for our
it's
musical.
like super techno.
Yeah, it is. I knew that.
Oh shit! I could play it and we could hear it. Except I got my headphones plugged into the mixer. So
No. Let's
Yeah,
not-
see if you
let's
can play
not
it
do
for
that.
us.
no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't
It's
play
the,
over
It's
there.
the Chemical Brothers.
There you go. There you
The
go.
Formula One's Chemical Brothers. Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, it sounds like a robot music. Because I like EDM and technical and stuff. And this is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I'm sure it is bad. I'll listen to it afterwards.
I was shocked at how bad it was.
Yeah.
That's weird. I think, my opinion, F1's strategic priority should be we should be the best race series in the world.
Yes,
That's it. That's the end of it.
I hate that statement.
but
It should be the pinnacle of motorsports. F1 should be the pinnacle of motorsports. That's it. That's it. There's no way to argue about that.
It's the pointy end of the stick.
Right. It's the most money. It's the fastest. It's the most ridiculous. It's the most over the top.
Speaking of the most ridiculous,
it's the best event.
I watched the MotoGP race.
It's the most ridiculous.
It's so good.
It's so good, isn't it?
I'm like,
dude, I love watching MotoGP races.
I sat down.
There's so much passing. It's so good.
Actually, there wasn't a lot of passing, but when they were passed, it was crazy.
Dude, they'll do like some of the races I've watched. There'll be like 3 or 4 passes in a corner.
No,
because there's so much. They race on like Formula One tracks. There's so much room for them to do things.
It wasn't quite like that. Was it Baku?
Yeah, they were at Baku.
Yeah, so that was
Watching. They like got rid of it all, but like watching a few years ago, Marc Marquez, his pole setting qualifying lap at Circuit of the Americas, like stands the hair up on the back of my neck.
Yeah,
watching that lap is fucking crazy. Yeah. There's multiple braking zones where his back tire is 2 inches off the ground. And he's just like fucking locking this thing up. And the story in front of that was that his bike died at the end of the front straightaway, and he just like tossed it against the wall, jumped over the pit wall, ran back to his pit box, hopped on his spare bike, and went out and set the lap.
Jeez.
At the end of the qualifying set, like
yeah,
you know,
like
time expired as he while he was doing the lap, so the finish
counted.
Was it. And he set the pole on what I assume is cold tires.
Yeah, I would imagine.
On a bike that they just like, oh shit, here he comes. He's running. Let's fire that bike up. Get it out here. Let's do this. Yep. So it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
It's fun to watch.
The last few laps, it's anyone from the top 8 could have finished first.
It's crazy.
They're switching spots.
It's constantly that way too. It's good racing.
Well, I sat down thinking, I was like, I thought it was at noon, so I quick fired up, find a stream of it. I'm watching it. I'm like, oh shit, only 20 laps left. No, that's the whole race because
sprint race.
Yeah, it's 20 laps.
Let's do this.
Oh man, just MotoGP. But back to the other pinnacle.
More short races in a weekend. I think that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So
be the best. Stop making engines smaller.
I'm not
That's
convinced
my number
they
2.
are the best racing series that there is.
That's not the point.
I agree that
they need to advertise that way.
No, yeah, but I agree that they are the fastest because they are, and there's no arguing that. But I don't think that they are the pinnacle of motorsports anymore. I said it, and I know that I just triggered a handful of our listeners, and you all can go fuck yourselves because LMP1 is the pinnacle of motorsports today.
I think that is a issue with F1 as an organization over the course of several years that have caused it to be where it is now.
They need to step back and go, motherfucker, we lost our spot. What do we got to do to fix this?
Yeah, and it's V10s, 5 liters, I think.
I don't
it's
think
turbos.
No, I don't. I still don't think that you should be limiting your race teams to one engine configuration.
Right.
I think that, like LMP1, you give them a fuel consumption load and you tell them to have at it. Because that's one of the things that, to me, not only makes LMP1 more interesting, but more relatable and better racing. Is because LMP1's practically dead now, unfortunately, because all of them are like, oh, Formula E, we got to be green, which sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
But that's certainly not the pinnacle of motorsports. They're on street tires. Anyway, that's, to me, was more interesting. There was a V8 out there. There was a V6 out there. There was an inline 4-cylinder out there. I mean, there's all these different things going on. There's diesel. There's gas. It was interesting because it was different. And I think that these engines, they're so secretive. What's different from the Ferrari engine to the Mercedes engine is so secretive. All you know is that they're all turbo V6s, and it loses some of its interest because I don't know what makes that engine special compared to the other one, which I know that's one of the things they want to fix. But if I know that Ferraris have flat plane V8s, because they should, or V12s, and Mercedes is out there in turbo 6-cylinders or whatever, or BMW comes back and they run an inline 6, like that's the fucking greatest. That's interesting.
That would be way more interesting.
Yeah.
We fixed it. We fixed Formula One. That was it.
I'll have Logan strike up a letter.
Have him, yes. We'll type it and we'll have him scribble a signature.
I still think that's the way to do it. That's how we
Have a
get
child.
noticed.
Yep.
Let's close it up.
Let's.
The show's over 2 hours. So we will catch you guys next week.